Strange Block Beats.
A big salute, family. This your brother Kjudah, giving all praise to the Most High Yah and faith in Yahshua HaMashiach. To the Israelite family worldwide, I say peace and blessings. Big salute to the CUC family, the FOPE family, and all the beloved brothers and sisters in the chat. Talk to them, Sham.
That's Shalom, Most High bless. Thank y'all for tuning in to Kjudah show. Shalom to the whole FOPE CUC family, and thank y'all for having your brother back on the CUC platform.
Already. Tonight, family, me and my brother Sham is going to deal with a very important subject matter, mental health. But me and my brother gonna deal with it from the cause, the effect, how is it shaping and helping you today in this awakening. Maybe it's helping you in a positive way, or maybe it's affecting you in a negative way. But me and my brother gonna deal with different subject matters when it comes to our mental health, as far as the PTSD, slavery, generational wealth, I have a lot of articles and videos that I'm gonna share with the family, just so we can see, you know, our everyday life in this captivity in society. Not only do we want to tell you about these things, but I also want to let you know that even though people tell you that we have curses on us, the Most High still is the same God from the past that can open up doors like He did for them back in the past. So
Mm-hmm.
just because these people say you have curses on you does not mean these curses cannot be broken in your life. Because if that wasn't true, how are some of our people prospering in a good way? We're not talking about selling no soul. We talking about people who put in the work and effort, and the Most High spread those doors wide open. But if that was the case, why is He doing that? You have curses on you. Shouldn't be
Mm.
doing that. Go ahead, Sham.
Oh, you're 100% right, and I agree. You know, yeah, we are the people with the curses on us, but also eventually we can shake these curses off, and you
Facts.
start living righteously, and staying prayed up and trying to go into the right direction. Those that's mainly who got curses on them is the ones that are lost because they don't understand,
Mm-hmm.
who they supposed to be serving. Once you're awake and you know who you are and you're going on your righteous path, then you start fighting against those curses so you don't have to
Right.
suffer under that sin.
That's right.
We don't have to suffer under that. We can overcome that. So for all y'all who thinking that, hey, we supposed to be upset, angry, mad, that's not true. Don't believe that. You can live your life, enjoy your life,
Facts.
love your family, love your
Mm-hmm.
wife, love your kids, do something with yourself, you know, enjoy the life experience and with the time that the Most High gave you here on earth. Don't let foolish men, false prophets teach you things that's in vain. It's not true. You
Talk
know,
that talk.
they'll destroy your whole life, your whole family, you
Mm-hmm.
know, for something that they believe in. That's their belief. That's their dream. But it doesn't have to be yours. You living, you here now, do something with the time that you got. Whether it's good, bad, or whatever, do something. Live the life experience. The Lord said, be fruitful and multiply. He didn't tell you come on this earth and not to have no children. That's the first commandment. Be fruitful and multiply.
That's right.
Okay, make your nation bigger. You know what I mean? Invent something. Do something that you can leave some type of monumental blueprint on this planet, whether it's in Israel or in the world or something. You know, somebody gonna remember you or appreciate something you did, or people
That's
gonna
right.
benefit from it. You know, I think the problem is, Judah, people get too indoctrinated with religion and start losing their mind and religion and man pleasing people and all these people acting like this and that are the
Right.
main ones that's selling out. That's all about money and living fabulous, but telling you to side cry, you don't need nothing, pay them tights, but they buying prostitutes and all
That's
the
true.
wickedness that they can do.
True. Yes, sir. That's true what you're saying. That's true, brother. Like I said, to piggyback off my brother, you can live life, you can enjoy life. The Most High did not create none of us to be miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, our fathers did wrong, but we trying to right those wrongs. And if that wasn't the case, many of us have awakened to the real truth. And we have also asked the Most High to open up doors that we may prosper, not for us only, but for our families. And by means, if we can help other brothers and sisters, if we have those means, we will. I'm telling you, man, there's nothing better than for people to see that you are genuine. We have many teachers, but not everybody is genuine with the teaching. So we know that our history did not start with slavery. We know at one time we was a people that ruled, a people that had rulership. The
Mm-hmm.
Most High blessed his people with resources. He gave this nation the best of everything. But our fathers chose the worst end of those things, which was what? The curses. But those blessings in the beginning still apply. If you come back, like Sham say, renew your mind, be converted, and hearken to the Most High, faith in His Son, keep the commandments. Which ones? The 10. The 10. That's the covenant that he gave Moses on Mount Sinai. It's the 10. But let's go back to the beginning with the slavery. Because remember, we got to get to the mental health problems that we battle every single day. And I want you to know, Israel, your mental health is not your fault. Don't blame yourself and beat yourself up for the things you face in this society. Because a lot of times we beat each other up and not understanding what that brother going through, not understanding what that sister going through. This is why I'm always telling Israel, watch what you say to people. You don't know what that brother just battled yesterday. You don't know what that sister battled today. But then when you come with them sharp words, all you doing is making the person just go further down into the slope that they're already in. But kind words build up as medicine. Evil words bring people down. It destroys people. So this is what we're going to do, Short Sham. I'm going to open up my window and we're going to go back. Not that it started with this, but we just have to get a foundation when it comes to slavery. So let me open up my window. Okay, here we go. Okay, family, here we go. Let me do fair use because we don't need them messing with the thing. So let your brother do fair use because we don't need YouTube messing with nothing. So I got the fair use up, YouTube. Fair use, fair use. Because they'll come in here and take the stream down when you play certain things. And sometimes, even when you put the fair use up, they still take the live down sometimes. So, okay, we got the fair use. Okay, let's get it. I just want to show y'all that our people been through some things, man. We as a people have been through some things, Israel. And our fathers, I'm not talking about the Abraham, I'm talking about our fathers from the time they aborted these slave ships. Can you imagine a man's integrity, his pride, his self-love was diminished just like that? Check it out. And also our sisters too.
YouTube TV.
Now, family, I want you to notice something. That was in the 1800s, right? And we know based on documented history, they was taking slaves in the 14 and the 1500s to Europe, to Europe. Now, this happened to our fathers, slave ships. It was diseases on the ships. Some of them was jumping aboard the ship because they would rather die than go into servitude. Now we know that the Most High and his son allowed these things to transpire in our life. So that means that all the pride, the love, the integrity, how men stood up as men, all that was diminished in the blink of an eye. When they put them shackles on the neck, when they put the shackles on the feet, when they put the shackles on the women, when they put the shackles on their feet, even the children. Can you imagine the mental that did to our fathers? Now, that was back in the 1800s from this video. Now, I want to read something. This is PTSD. This is why I be trying to tell black people, stop beating yourself up. Your fathers messed up, right? And we can say we also have messed up and walked in their footsteps. But you have to remember this: when you was born, you didn't know what your fathers did to get you to this point in your life where we at today. We had to learn these things. It had to be taught to us what's transpired. So this is why I pray to the Most High for extra mercy and grace on the people. I say, these people ain't know what their fathers did, Father. They didn't know their father sinned against you. They didn't know that they was in captivity. We didn't know nothing about no Deuteronomy 28. So extra mercy has to be applied for people who did not know, Father, because don't your words say you can't punish us for what we don't know? Once we do know, then that's a difference. But we didn't know, Father. So I pray for you, Israel, for extra mercy to be applied. But I want to read PTSD. Check this out. This PTSD. It say, what is the slave experience syndrome? Post-traumatic slave syndrome, PTSS, is defined as a condition that exists when a population has experienced multi-generational trauma. You are dealing with trauma, multi-generational trauma resulting from centuries. Do you hear this? Centuries of slavery, and continue to experience oppression and institutionalized racism today, from the 1800s, man, to today. So how do you break this though? That's what I wish my Israelite brothers that's teaching you would do with love. Not just teaching you, but actually teaching you with love. Because if you're already battling trauma and mental health problem, all they doing is adding to your problem. Because they are beating you down. Where is the healing part going to come into it? Yes, we got curses on us. You tell us that. Where we go from there? When do the healing process come? This is why a lot of our people, even in this awakening, they still battle with what? Mental health problems. Go ahead, Shar.
Can we get Lamentations 5 and 7?
Already. I got you
Perfect,
right now.
It's a perfect good example of what you were talking about.
And my brother a little bit under the weather, family, so y'all just bear with him.
Yes. Thank you.
We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. Okay, this is Lamentations chapter 5. I think Lamentation before. Hold up. I'm all in the wrong book, man. Hold up. I got scatterbrain. Okay, here we go. My brain is scatterbrain right now, boy. Dude.
Take your time out. But yeah, family. Mental health is a very difficult thing to deal with. And a lot of people don't know. Physical abuse is not worse than mental abuse, because you can heal from physical wounds. But mental wounds, man, sometimes you can just never heal from that. Some people die in a bad mental state.
Right.
I have family members that have mental health issues over things that happened to them when they was a child. They grown now, and they still ain't over it. You know, I mean, I done seen women who used to get beat by men and all that. My mother was a victim of that. She don't never go through trauma no more about, being beat by a boyfriend. Or, you know what I'm saying, Kjudah?
Right. Facts.
When you do stuff mentally to somebody, it does something to the spirit, to the soul, and just it's like how a child is. Well,
Okay.
mental abuse is terrible. Okay, now I'm not speaking on the same physical abuse that somebody would do to a rape victim, because that's a different type of physical abuse.
Right.
That's physically and mentally. So I'm not saying that mental abuse is is more deadly than that, because that's just a whole nother type of physical abuse. But you know what I mean, though, Kjudah.
already. Man, it's after the book of Ezekiel, boy. My brain scattered, boy. I'm sick. Lamentations chapter 5 and verse 7.
Yes.
Okay. Boy, I'm looking for Lamentations. Boy, my brain scattered brain. Boy, I know all these books and I can't find it.
Lamentations is a real tiny book.
I know it's like 5 books. I thought it was after Ecclesiastes, but it ain't.
It's an Old Testament book.
Yeah,
Where's my
I'm trying to see.
Hold on.
Man, y'all help y'all brother out there. My brain is scattered right now. I'm really looking for Lamentations, boy. A book that.
Lamentations is after Jeremiah.
Oh my God, thank you, brother. Jesus, my brain tripping today. Here we go, man. Lamentations chapter 5 and verse 7. And it reads, our fathers have sinned and are not,
and now
we have borne their iniquity.
And now we have borne their sins. We have borne their iniquities, family. So now their sins is on us. Remember what they said, for we have sinned, let our children's children bear their iniquities.
Yep.
Well, this is what you're getting. That's why you got to always have verses, the core side of the verses. This is exactly what they meant. True. When they say they are not, meaning they ain't here.
They're not here. Facts.
You know, and we born, us. When you come in this world, we are born their iniquities for what they done. So now we're on this planet, born their iniquities. Read the next verse.
Verse 8. Servants have ruled over us.
Yep. So
there is none that do deliver us out of their hand.
Right. So we're in a time where the service is ruling over us, and it's none that's delivering them out of our hand. They was in a time where they had servants ruling over them, but also a lot of them lived during a time when they was ruling over the servants. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
Where they had the fruits of the labor and they had the kingdom and they did prosper under rulership, you know? We didn't get to experience that. We didn't get to experience that. We didn't get any of that, Kjudah.
Yeah, we don't know what true peace feel like. I'm talking about like as a people. The world was created for us, but we don't get to enjoy that which was created for us. But all other nationalities get to enjoy what was created for us. Now, don't get me wrong. He spread us out, meaning all nationalities according to the 12 tribes of Israel. So they have their inheritance, they have their land, they have their people, but they get to enjoy it though. They get to enjoy the peace of their culture. We are the only people who do not know what true happiness and peace truly feel like as a people. Now, you might find it individually, peace of your mind, self-love, but as a people, we haven't seen that yet. We don't know what that feel like. So this also causes problems with the mental, because you are watching other nationality of people prosper in your presence. This is the provoking of anger. This is making you mad. Remember, I'm going to smite you with madness. You're mad. You're angry. You're upset because you're working hard. You're trying to the best of your ability, but it seems like you are going nowhere. And then the systematic propaganda they put in place,
right?
You know, to halt you, to stop you from progressing. You just have to ask Yah to order your steps and to guide you, to wiggle your way around man's propaganda machine that he put in place to hinder you. It's not to hinder them. It's not to hinder other nationalities. They allowed them to prosper. But Yah is allowing people to prosper in your presence to provoke you to anger, to provoke you to jealousy, because our fathers provoked him to jealousy with that which is not God. And he's provoking us to jealousy with that which is not a people. Now, somebody might say, what you mean? They are people, not his people, though. He made the covenant with no other nationality. If you're not in covenant with Yah, he don't know you. Okay, Judah, you talking crazy. Well, what did he tell Abraham? Take now thy son, thy only son. Hold up, he had a son named Ishmael, but Isaac was the son of the covenant. That's why he recognized Isaac and not Ishmael.
Exactly.
So that's all I'm saying is that we are people that are being provoked and we get to watch everybody else prosper. But as a people, it seems like we just cannot prosper. And I believe it's that provoking of jealousy. We have to see it with our eyes. And it's also messed with our mental health. Because if you're working hard all your life and you don't have nothing to show for it, that make you look like a shame as a man or even a woman who cannot prosper. But most certainly a black man who's trying for his family. He just can't get over that slump. But with
And
the Most High and Yahshua, you can, though.
facts.
Go ahead, Sham.
And you know why he can't get over that slump, K. Judah? Because they got you stuck in a systematic system where you never can get ahead. And this is what I've been trying to tell people for years, and they think that I'm crazy. No one should be working 30, 40, 50 years. And your whole life, during that time, you live in check to check, meaning you barely making it.
Right.
That's not how you supposed to live. You're not supposed to be barely making it. Our check should not be accounted for all bills, food, and you just got a tiny bit to make it to your next check. That's not living.
It's not
That's
living.
slavery.
It is.
You are what they would call you, a consumer slave.
Yes.
Or what else would they call us? Or people like the working class, or they'll call you a useless eater. Okay?
Yep.
A consumer slave or useless eater.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true. Everybody that was created on this planet was created for a reason and created for a purpose. But they made that systematic system to have you stuck in a system like that. And this is how they do it. Well, we'll do inflation, raise everything up, food, housing, rent. The people fighting, we can't survive, da 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 da. Well, we'll give them a small pay increase, right? But then they'll do inflation again. Everything go up, gas and this and that. So it seems like, well, I'm at such and such making this amount of money now, right? But everything went up. So really everything just balances stuff back out. You may be seeing more money on your check and it's looking good and you think you're doing better, but mentally, truthfully, you're not. All he did was play with the numbers, play with your psyche. See, a mathematician like myself, I understand how numbers work and the way it works. And I'm like, oh no, you're not fooling me. You can if you up the prices and up the numbers on my check, that don't mean that I'm doing better and I'm making more. And you want to tell me, see, we gave you a raise, you doing good. I might have got a raise, but everything went sky high. So I'm not.
That means you're giving more out. That means you're giving more out.
Exactly. On what I'm bringing in. So my taxes went up. I made more money.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? I'm paying out more now because everything
and they're gonna take more. They're gonna take more from your check.
Exactly. So, K. Judah, what is happening? You just breaking even again.
You're breaking even again.
So are you really gaining, or is you still stuck in that systematic system where you're not doing nothing?
You're still stuck in that systematic system, brother. And like you just said, this will cause mental health problems and also suicide. When a man feel like he cannot get to where he trying to go, Shar Sham, and it feel like there's no way out. Some of our people, brother, they take that way out.
Right.
You know, because it's so much trauma for so many centuries. It's like, what we living for? You know, God don't hear us. God don't. I mean, well, we're not God's people. God look out for everybody else, but He won't look out for us. And we know this to be some of the concerns of even the prophets. What did Isaiah tell God? We are your people, but we don't get to enjoy anything.
Mm-hmm.
How long should this be? The book of Zechariah, one of the angels asked, man, how long would you not have mercy on these people? So the point I'm telling y'all is that a lot of these things that you're battling, and we're gonna get to the abuse part. We're gonna get to the sexual abuse of our boys, sexual abuse of our women. So we're gonna cover everything, but we just dealing with the aspect of you gotta stop beating yourself down, Israel, because like I just told Shar Sham in the back room, it's not that y'all don't want to love each other, you just don't know how.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how to love each other. We don't know how to love each other. But some of us have broke those curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28, and the Most High don't apply the things that's written in there to certain people's lives. I have not been stopped by the police in 8 years, but used to get harassed by them every single day.
Hey, Kjudah, I'm with you on that, brother, and I thank the Most High Yah for that.
That's right. So the point I'm making that in one aspect of my life, it was every day. Harass. Police on my back heels of my feet. But once I became obedient to this man's word and truly was converted, he removing certain things out of certain people's lives that don't affect everybody like it may affect you, because obedience is better than sacrifice.
Right.
So some of us are breaking these curses, family. So when these Israelites telling you, you don't supposed to do nothing in this society but go to work and go home, where's that written in the book? That we can't live life, that we can't prosper, that I can't start a business. Sham can't start a business. We can't leave something behind for our children. Where's that written in the book when he told you when they was in Babylon, build houses, have children, plant vineyards? Don't you have to work to do that?
Yep.
Go ahead, Sham.
You know you're 100% right. Anywhere where Israel went, we prospered and built and had our own section. That's the issue that I keep telling everybody. The problem is we together, but together in a disarray where they put us in a ghetto and a slum where we can't prosper. Right. What we need separation. Okay? And we got to have a Black Wall Street everywhere where we deal with our own stuff. I'm going to give you an example of what I mean and why I'm saying this, right? Earlier today, I don't know if I sent it to you, Kjudah. I was sending your Oracle stuff on TikTok.
Okay.
Now, a black man, everybody been looking for Snoop Dogg and Master P cereal called Snoopos, right? They got cereal that's 100% black owned, black food company, right? All the stores that had their products, and you go everywhere and look for it, it says it's sold out. It's not true. They take Snoop Dogg cereal, Master P cereal, they don't put it on display in the markets, in Walmart or anywhere in the food market, period, because they 100% black owned. You can't find any of that stuff anywhere. And Snoop Dogg was on, it was a guy, he was all over the place, went to different places where they had the cereal located at and found boxes and boxes of their product on walls in the back shelf, just rotting there to get old and would not be sold in stores. Now you tell me, these are celebrities, people that's millionaires, right? They rich, Kjudah.
They rich.
They ain't got that kind of money. But think about it. Just because of who you are and what we can do, and the influence and the power we got, we can't own nothing. We can't have nothing. Now, if you're gonna sit here and tell me that we're not the children of Israel, all people, Africans and everybody from all nations has some type of products or anything in the store. But when it comes to these niggas, we don't get nothing. Even if you done sold out and you done took rituals and you're a part of the Illuminati, which them niggas are. You see what I'm saying, Kjudah?
Talk that
Guess
talk.
what? Because it's 100% black owned. No, nigga, because now you the competition.
That's right.
They'll let you be a part of the party, but they'll never let you be the master.
Talk that talk.
See, I ain't trying to be nobody master. And I ain't trying to be a part of nobody party. And what I'm trying to tell Master P and Snoop Dogg, y'all got to stop trying to be a part of their party in the competition. Separate and build your own. Be around your own. And then you can sell to your own. And then you won't have to worry about them wanting to distribute in your stores if you have black-owned markets. You can black-own everything. And you know what that's going to do? All that money that they're making off of black people a year, Kjudah, will go right back to the black communities. And we can fix up all the urban communities.
That's right. Everything you said is 100, brother. Everything you said is 100. It's just, it's the truth. Because they is the competition. And Walmart can't have that if everybody buying Snoopos and buying
influence.
Thank you. And you know they're going to support Snoop because of who he is.
Yep.
Just the same way they did the Patty LaBelle. Remember Patty LaBelle came out with all her products?
Guys,
They were
yep.
sold out in the stores because of black people will support other black. See, we've been lied to.
KG, that's like how they mixed the put Aunt your mama back on the box, put Uncle Ben back on the box. They took them off, but people said no, put them back on the box. Why? Because Negroes like to see something that looked like them. Everybody brought Aunt your mama pancakes.
So did everybody.
That's the box you pick. Why? Because there's a black lady on there.
Yep.
Everybody bought Uncle Ben rice. Why? It's a black man on there.
Black man on there.
You feel me? Everybody wants something that identifies with themselves. This is why Koreans and Asians go to Asian food markets.
Right.
You know, Africans go to African food markets. But the Negro, us, our diet deals with what, family? Everybody or other nations' dealings. It's never our own. That's the issue. Charleston White said it the best. Who fried chicken better than niggas? Why?
That's right.
You know, I love my mama fried chicken. I always said that. Why can't we have our own corner store selling 4 wings and fries, and salt, pepper, ketchup, and hot sauce? That's a Baltimore thing, half and half. Think about it, Kjudah. We do it the best. It's a guy, and I don't eat crawfish and seafood bowls and all that stuff, but it's a guy, he been touring all over the place. I forgot your name. Black boy. He going around making all them seafood bowls. Getting famous on TikTok. Been doing it for years now. And I was just so amazed watching him do this. Off of food, man.
Off of food.
We're the best at everything. There's dudes here in Baltimore coming out the feds, out of jail, selling jail hookups. KG for a living. They selling jail food, brother. Come home making it.
Cold with it.
Jail food, brother. Oodles and noodles. Crackers.
Right. So we just dealt with the post-traumatic slave syndrome, which is multi-generational, right? And it's been going on for centuries. The reason why I wanted to do this live with my brother Shar, because not only do we want to tell you the cause, but we also want to show you there is a way out of the curses, family. Because you keep saying you curse, your mind is going to also be cursed. You're going to always believe that you cannot do anything outside of these curses, and you have been lied to. But let me show you what this post-traumatic syndrome have done to our people. And this is why I don't listen to heathens when it comes to our history. I'd rather listen to my own people, because who can understand me better than me? I'm talking about you. Like, who can understand me better than somebody that look like me? You speak my language. You understand my plight. Right. So if I'm sitting in front of you, you're going to not only understand where I'm coming from, you're going to be empathetic to what I'm going through and where I'm coming from. A heathen can't be empathetic, because if he could, he wouldn't do the things he do. He would have been stopped a long time ago. But what did the Bible say? He had 4 the affliction. That means this man went overboard, because it's in his DNA to go overboard. Check this out.
And some
go ahead.
They're not human, Kjudah. So they don't have that compassion for human duty. They got the animalistic gene in them. So they think like animals, or they think like wolves. We here to ravage and destroy and build our den. We don't care how many people got to die. That's the animal-like trait, savage-like trait. They don't have a human compassion trait where they try to help their fellow man and not just destroy them and beat them down.
Facts. Check this out, Sham.
Post-traumatic slave syndrome is an explanatory theory that really looks at multi-generational trauma. One of the things that's difficult for people is their first response is, oh my God, that happened so long ago. We're talking about people being captured, shipped, sold, beaten, raped, experimented on. And then you have to ask the question, did the trauma continue? Yes. So 300 years of trauma, no help, freed, no help, more trauma. If it's a sustained trauma, then the impact of that is also sustained. When we look at multi-generational trauma, we're looking at people who are maybe victims of natural disasters and their families and their children, and generations of folks who have experienced war. And we know that there are residual mental, emotional, traumatic impact. And what I did was I started to look at the African-American experience, starting with slavery, as a real clear long enduring traumas. I started to see that there were clear connections between that survival behavior and contemporary living in African American experience. I started to see common behaviors that I took for granted as, well, cultural. There's adaptive behaviors, survival behaviors. Well, what are they? Let's just say 2019, you have a Black mother and a white mother. The sons go to school together. They find themselves at a meeting. The Black mother leans over to the white mother and says, I just wanted to mention to you that I noticed that your son is really doing quite well. And the white mother's response is, oh, thank you. She begins to go on and on about he won the science fair, his uncle's an astronaut. She's just oozing. She realizes the Black mother's son is actually excelling her son. And she says, well, wait a minute. Your son's the one that's really coming along. And the Black mother responds, oh my God, he's a handful, but oh, he just works my nerves. Now, when I'm working with African American people, it doesn't matter what the audience is. It doesn't matter what class. If I were to ask, is she very proud while she's saying those denigrating things? And everybody laughs and goes, of course, there's a secret. Because everybody Black knows that even though the Black mother is going, oh my God, she's really proud. So now let's roll that scene back 300 years. And let's say this Black mother is working in the fields and a white slave owner comes through and says, wow, that boy is really coming along. What is she gonna say? No, he's not. He's stupid. He's shiftless. He can't work because I don't want you to sell him. So I denigrate them to protect them. That is called appropriate adaptation when living in a hostile environment. The little white boy, say Timmy, he feels really comfortable and happy about what his mom just said about him. And Trey looks at his mom and wonders, why can't you be proud of me? Because he doesn't understand the secret yet. And by the time he learns the secret, he will have already been injured by it. Post-traumatic slave syndrome. PTSD is a disorder that occurs as a result of a single trauma. You don't even have to be there to actually get a diagnosis of post-traumatic stress disorder. You could just hear about something horrific happening.
Did y'all just hear our sister, man? Sham, was me and you there when our fathers went through what they went through?
No, we wasn't.
But by us hearing about it, right, and watching it and reading about it, it also affected what? Our mental.
I'm gonna tell you why that's 100% true, right?
That was powerful.
And I tell my wife stuff like this, right? I hate watching certain videos and things happen, especially how they always show the police killing Black people. It does something to your mental. It makes you feel some type of way that riles up your spirit. And it also makes you want to kill somebody or kill a police too. And I keep telling people that you got to watch that. They be putting that stuff out on there so you can get angered and replay that stuff in your mind and what they doing. And then in your mind, you can thinking this could be me. And then in your mind, you like, we got to fight back. A lot of stuff going to your mentality. That's why your eyes are not meant to look and see everything. It's some police officers and detectives says they done did detective work and police work for so many years and seen so many different horrifying scenes that they wish they never saw in their life, and how it messed them up from just seeing stuff with your eyes.
Right.
And I can believe that. Everybody like some stuff, man, we just ain't meant to take in like that all the time, family. You ain't meant to handle that. It'll mess your mind up. But I agree, Kjudah. Saying something can trigger you. It can mess with your mental.
Because when I first came into the Israelite awakening, the first thing I felt was happiness. And the second thing I felt was anger. So much so, Sham, in my 20s, brother, I was so full of anger when I found out that I was, and I'm not talking about my early 20s, because I found out I was an Israelite I think I was 29. Yeah, I think I was 29. The place where I was working at, I was so upset for what I found out that I used to go to work and talk so reckless to heathens, bro. They couldn't say nothing to me. Even they was asking me for help, I used to get mad because I didn't know about the alligator babies. I didn't know that they used to cut women's babies out their stomach, and when the baby fall to the ground, they stomp on the baby head. I didn't know that they was taking a black man and tying his body up to a horse. And once they hit the horse going to different directions and the man body just falls apart. And they would take the biggest buck, what they call him, and make him an example and put terror and fear in the other Israelites that was on the plantation. So the point that I'm making, brother, even though I wasn't there, just by me reading about it and seeing it on movies, just by me seeing it on movies and reading about it, brother, has also affected my mental, and I wasn't even there. Look at the Israelite children today. That the little boy who was playing outside, and when the police pulled up, he ran behind the trash can, brother. And he's just a little boy. What do he know about life? His brain is not even developed, brother, to even understand a police officer and what the job title supposed to be. But he ran behind a trash can, though. Somebody told him something for him to know to run behind a trash can. So the point that I'm making is that this is centuries of trauma after trauma, and it's passed down from our fathers to us to our children. And then it don't make it no better is that when people say your life consists of Deuteronomy chapter 28. That's what they say, Sham.
And that's
Your
not true.
life consists of Deuteronomy 28, and there's no way around it. They are on you. But that's not true, brother. You can break these curses.
Exactly. Your life is already written out. And the scripture says, a man's goings is of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own ways?
Mm-hmm.
Most High know everything and what we're going to do and what we was meant and called to be. The Most High said he'll take a man that's homeless in the gutter and set him amongst kings. The Most High already know. He already know. Yahweh Shai, Yeshua already know.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that's been given to me, that's been put in my hand, the Lord said is mine. None of them can be plucked out. They already know who is who, who's the number, who's going to be called, who was chosen. They already know. We don't know, So what we do in this life and this path that we live in is already written. It's already meant to happen. Supposed to happen, But the scriptures also tell us too, we got to be careful because you can also die before your time.
Yep.
You got to watch that. And you also don't know when you entertaining angels. You got to be aware when you're dealing with angels. So I tell people all the time, right? Because they say that I'm crazy. If the scriptures tell you beware because you never know when you entertaining an angel, why can't a person believe that everybody on this planet isn't human when we know it's of an intergalactic type of species is on here with us? Shapeshifters and grays and all types of other reptilian creatures. So
Right.
if you can entertain an angel, you telling me you can't entertain a reptilian or a fallen angel?
You can, though.
Just think about it. But, all this stuff plays a part in mental health. Us as people, we are strong. We can do anything we want to if we put our mind to it. But we have to put the Most High first.
Have
And
to.
as Kjudah said before, when we was going over the scriptures about the stuff that happened in the Benjamin Wars and why a lot of the soldiers and men died during that time, because they wasn't taking counsel with the Most High. They were just going to fight. They didn't ask the Most High, was it okay if we do this? Is it okay if we do that? They didn't do that. We need to take counsel with the Father more and with the Son and ask the Most High to send prayers up and ask him, is it okay if we do this thing or we do that thing or if we go in this direction in our life?
Mm-hmm.
And don't let others dictate your life, especially in this community, because these guys in this community, they don't care about your mental health. All they care about is a line in their pockets.
That's right.
As we said before, the girl, what happened? They got driven out of the IUIC congregation with the whole Blue Waffle scandal. Putting that sister business out there like that. Push that young lady out of the faith. That's what you call mental damage.
Mental damage. Yep. And they don't even care how that affected her mental health to this day, brother. Because uh, this we not talking about no teenagers. We talking about men in leadership, men who supposed to be examples for the flock, men who don't supposed to scatter the flock. They have scattered many, family.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe that many are teaching with head knowledge and not with love,
Right.
not with the spiritual things of the scriptures. Because I'm gonna just say this: if Sham told me I was an Israelite, and he told me about Deuteronomy chapter 28, and then he just keep telling me about Deuteronomy chapter 28. At some point, I'm gonna say, but brother, how do we get from under that though? Like, when do the healing come in? And the healing have not started yet with a lot of the Israelite teachers or leaders. They still stuck on Deuteronomy 28.
It's
When
because I'm sorry, KJ. I mean,
no, you got it. Go ahead.
no, I just want to say it's because they're not teaching obedience to Yah and to Yahweh Shah Yeshua to serve them. They teaching obedience to themselves and to worship and serve them and follow them. That's the issue.
That's the issue, right?
We got to be obedient and want to serve who's the leader and who's the master and who's the way. That's the problem. We're not serving who we supposed to be serving. They want to serve somebody who they can physically see and touch, that's in the flesh, that's sin like them. That is the problem. When you're not serving the master. So you like I tell people because they say I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. It's only two people. I don't even want to say two people. There's only one person and entity that you have to please.
Right,
That's the
right.
Son and the Creator. You ain't got to please nobody else on this planet. They want to talk about you to the day you die. They talk about your house shot to the day he died. Did they not
That's right.
create you?
They talked about him to the day he died in Sham. Those blessings in Deuteronomy 28 before he got to the curses, they
Mm-hmm.
still apply, brother. They still apply to this day.
Exactly.
They still apply to this day, family.
They
And
said
this
they,
is what
they
we're
would
trying
call
to
you
tell you.
a byword and a proverb. Did they not call him that?
Yep.
Did they not call him that? Called him a wine bigger, a drunkard, a gluttonous man. Called him all types of stuff. So at the end of the day, you only have two powers to serve, which is your king. And then you have the Almighty Creator. That's it. That's all that you have to prove yourself worthy to.
Yep.
Nobody else.
Not man. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because like I say, nobody can tell you that. And this is for all the brothers and sisters that's, falling out the faith. Because somebody gonna tell you that your name is not going to be marked out and written out in the Lamb's Book of Life. They don't even know how the damn book look. They don't know
Right.
if it's in a book form. They don't know if it's in a
Right.
scroll form.
Sure don't.
They
Nobody
don't
know.
know what the language is in. If it's in ancient Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew, Pictograph Hebrew. These people tell you any goddamn thing, and they just believe it. Oh
They
my
just
gosh,
believe it. Yep.
my name is written out the book. I'm not going to get in. Got people scared and shivering and shaking. Where the scripture says that's what you do to the Lord people. It said the Lord put fear in them, not a nigga. When you ain't got no fear of the Lord yourself. You see what I'm saying, Kjudah?
They don't got no fear of the Lord because, like I say, if you're gonna tell me what I'm doing wrong, you're supposed to also encourage the people at the same time too, so they can believe, so they can have some
Exactly.
hope. So when they go home, you're not leaving them depressed and battling with mental health problems. So that means that in the form of telling somebody what they doing wrong, when do the encouragement process start? When do the healing process start? It's just curses. Nothing else, just curse. You curse. And then you tell people that in this society, you do not supposed to start businesses. You do not supposed to live life because you are trying to be a part of this world. You are lying to them. We have to live. Money answers all things. Don't we need money to live if it answers all things? How you going to tell somebody how far they can prosper, how far they can go? When the Most High want to open doors for you, family, you let him open those doors. And when he do open them doors, you run through them doors. Because some people want doors open but stand still while the door open. You have to run through the door. Did not Yahshua say, if you ask anything in my name, my Father would do it? But he won't do it because you are not running through the door. And then you go pray and ask God, I've been talking to you and praying to you. And he put in your spirit and say, boy, I opened 6 doors. You just stood there. Run through the door.
Yep.
You can't be lazy asking Yah to bless you when Yahshua said, I would do anything. My Father would do anything in my name according to his will. So if you're walking in obedience, why would not the Father want you to prosper? Why would he not want to bless you? Why would he not want to open up doors? A lot of people believe that Yah have a one-track mind. You have been woefully misinformed. Yah have attributes. He loves, he's long-suffering, he's merciful, he get upset, he laughs, he's meek. These are attributes, family. But according to some of your leaders, Yah doesn't change. But they never tell you what don't he change.
Exactly.
Because the
That's the
last
difference.
time, Sham, the last time I checked, brother, if Yah do not change, there was a king by the name of Hezekiah. He wanted to keep a feast to the Lord. The Levitical priest wasn't clean. They was dirty. The people wasn't all the way clean. They was dirty. But God, Hezekiah say, let the people keep the feast. Guess what God said? Because the people's heart was right. He let the priests do it even though they wasn't clean. But I thought he don't change.
Right.
Go ahead, Shar,
Exactly.
Sham, man.
That's you 100% on point. You're 100% on point.
You want to finish the video real quick?
Yeah, well, let it play.
I got you. All right.
Happening to someone you love. So you have people who have experienced it firsthand, people who have witnessed it in their environment, right? People who are continuing to be oppressed. That exacerbates any possibility of healing. So it's not post-traumatic stress disorder, because then it becomes part of what we call your socialization process. So you begin to normalize a way of living and being, everything from what we eat to what we believe it means to be a friend. You know, all of these things are colored by history. And if you don't understand it, you're going to fold in things that you've just assumed are normal. But post-traumatic stress disorder, you know, exaggerated startle response, outbursts of anger, feeling of foreshortened future. There was a point where there were, you know, African-American children in different urban settings that didn't expect to live to be adults because they saw so much death, that they started planning their funerals like at 13, 12, as young as 10. When you start looking at the simple biology, you start looking at the impact of stress on health. And while we look at general stress, you know finances, you have illnesses, all these different things. How about being Black? How does factoring in being Black in America impact your stress level and therefore your body's ability to operate its own immune system? Because we know it compromises the immune system. Once you understand it, then you can deal with it, because you see it's habitual. You socialize, it becomes part of your being. So one of the ways you begin to address that multi-generational trauma is to work with the people it directly impacts, to hear from them. And when you give the people the information, they can use it. I think the first order of business is beginning to have a conversation. And the other is to educate the larger society. You have to stop the assault. So this is not purely a clinical thing. This requires social justice and change. That's where part of the healing is. It's not in a clinical setting or in a pill. It's in fairness and justice and safety and equity. We got to work with some of those clinical things, some of those issues of panic and anxiety. And we also have to deal with the fact that you have a system that is set up to oppress you and to continue to injure you. Both those things have to be dealt with. And they cannot singularly by themselves affect a change. They have to be done collectively.
That sister always been powerful, but I want you to pay attention to what she said. This system is not only to oppress you, also to harm you. So I want to
Mhm.
read something that Malcolm X said, Sham. Look what Malcolm X said right here. Our brother Malcolm X said, Sham, right here. He said, if you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches, there's no progress. If you pull it all the way out, that's not progress. Progress is healing the wound that the blow made, and they haven't pulled the knife out, much less healed the wound. They won't even admit the knife is there. This is
Agreed.
this is the Gentile society, Sham, and I'm gonna give you the flow. Sham, what do they always say? Pick yourself up by the bootstrap. But she
Mhm.
just told you that the system is here to oppress you and harm you. So they are
Yep.
telling you, pick yourself up, Negro. Pick yourself up, nigga. But the system is here to keep you at the bottom. But they telling you to pick yourself up. Why they are pressing you to keep you at the bottom? Go ahead, my brother.
Exactly. And that's a powerful message right there. They won't even admit that the knife is there. You right. Because you gotta look at it like this, Kjudah, right? She said something powerful. She said just alone being black is
Being black.
stressful.
There you go. Being
You
black.
know, and that takes me back years ago when I was a child. And I used to have a complex, because I told you, I used to get picked on because I was dark skinned. It was to a point where I told my mother one time I wish I was white because I was like, I wouldn't have these problems. She was like, boy, what is wrong with you? And I said, you don't understand. Everywhere I go, I gotta wash my back. Everywhere I go, I gotta fight.
Right.
Everywhere I go, somebody trying to kill me. You know? Like I can't even have a normal day and sit down without something going on. I feel like I'm gonna die. All because I was a young black man. That's the hardest experience in the world. And I'm gonna say this because I just this is something that I always wanted to talk about,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna do a whole like private video about this, right? And this is to our sisters out there, the our lesbian stud sisters that thinking that being a black man is easy, and this is the message I've been wanting to tell them.
Mm-hmm.
I understand y'all have some sort of confusion going on, and something happened to y'all, but being a black man, you don't want them problems. You don't want them problems.
Talk that talk, brother.
Being a black man is the hardest thing to be on this planet.
Facts.
Nobody don't care about your feelings. Nobody don't care about what you go through. People don't care if you're suicidal. People don't care if you stress. All you get looked at from your life, from the day you out that womb till you walking these streets on this earth, is that you're a nigga and you was made to survive and you need to survive. That's it. Ain't no helping hand. Ain't nobody looking at you and like, you got it. Ain't nobody saying, oh, well, he'll be okay. No, it's not. Being me, it's been the worst experience I had living as a human being just because I'm
Mm-hmm.
a male. The problem is, and this is my issue with people who want to change their identity and agenda, right? Don't say I'm a woman 1 minute and then you want to be a man the next minute. But then when you got to face the realities of being a black man, well, I'm a girl. Now you're a girl, Kjudah.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're a female.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
But and then you talk down about black men, but you don't live the real black man experience. They don't live the real black man experience. The discrimination experience. I told you, I still get that at my own job in an elevator with people. White people and people of other nations, they buck up in the corner, they get scared. I got scrubs, everything on, ID, glasses, professional, Crocs, just like anybody else. And they
Right.
still look at me sometimes as a nigga and I laugh. You know why I laugh, KJ? Because I find it funny. Still in 2024, people think black men are savages, rapists, and they want to hurt somebody. And I look over and laugh at these people like, man, I make way more money than you.
Right, facts.
And you think in your mind that I want to snatch your little old purse. But they're the stereotypes that men go through. That females like that, or y'all who want to be men or a black man, y'all would never understand.
Never.
This world that we live in
Never.
is not a joke. We can't even walk this planet Earth on certain places without getting confrontations with other men. Why? Just because we are men. Don't think because you act like a man makes you a man. You can act like a man or act like that all day and be safe in the world because they want the best of both worlds. But you don't want the real world. The world of being a man, meaning being a man of war. When it's time to put your life on the line. When you got to pick up those bucklers and shields where people are dying.
Right.
And you're required to go. You ain't
Blood.
got no choice.
Blood being shed.
Right. You said some gruesome stuff. You being a man. That's man time. Ain't nothing stud about that. Ain't nothing about having a fake penis saying you hard, Kjudah, is about that.
Talk
all that
stuff
in the world, that stuff don't mean nothing. When it's time to be a man and you really have to fight other men with testosterone, strength, power, ruthless men. And just because you're a stud don't mean a man won't sleep with you. They'll rape you too. You still a woman? You are still a woman.
Mm-hmm.
If men can be locked up in prison systems, raping other men, what you think they'll do to a stud, Kjudah?
They're gonna have their way, brother. And tell them and tell them, brother, just to show you that you didn't even mean nothing by this when you was in the store. But just because we've been conditioned, brother, to when a nigga looking at you, it's conditioning our mind. Tell them, Shar, I'm gonna let you tell a story, but tell them what happened when you was in the store just by us being conditioned. When somebody's staring, you like, hold up, bro. Like, you know, you kind of preparing yourself. Like, man, why is this nigga looking at me like that? But go ahead, bro.
I had a what the situation, but a brother saw me. He recognized me from YouTube in the store, and I felt them come looking at me. But in my mind, you know, because I want to tell everything all over again. But I'll just say this: like he saw me, he asked me for some change. I'm like, I didn't have it on me. I had it in my car though. I didn't feel like it, and I just felt like. Sorry.
No, you good, brother. Take your time.
I kind of felt like, why does y'all keep looking at me? Because I'm always on point. When you have enough attempts on your life, you'll be on point. So for me, that's just how I am. So I'm looking at him, and I'm cutting my eye. I'm on my phone. So I'm playing it cool. But then, you know, when he finally said something, and he was like, yeah, yo, I think I know you from somewhere, right? And I'm like, nah, you don't know me. And he was like, no, I know you. I know you. Because in my mind, I had too many people try to kill me and do stuff to me. And I'm like, I hope it ain't somebody that I might have knew. You know what I mean? Or had some problems with. Because then that could be a problem. You know? Because I ain't tripping no more living like that. But that's just how where I'm from. That's how it is. Sometimes you grow up, you don't see people in years, but you might have did something to them. Hey, they want payback. That's life. Tupac said it. Now I got paid back from some punk that I roughed up way back, coming back after all these years. Yeah. That's how it is, especially in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. So he was like, no. He said, I seen you on TV on Sinetta and, you know, on YouTube. And I shocked. He said, you're Israelite. And I was like, yep. So it was all good. But you never know. You never know. Mm-hmm. That's just, like sometimes you got to play it cool. Sometimes you got to be smart. Because after you told me that, I'm like, damn, you really never know who's watching you.
But you see, but you see how we've been conditioned that we can't even let that guard down when the brother say, I know you. And you was like, nah, nigga, you don't know me. You see what I'm saying? Because we've been conditioned, like our mental have been conditioned to look at each other like, hold up, bro. When the nigga say, I know you from somewhere, bro, and you been in them streets, the first thing come to your mind, like, I hope this nigga don't know me from something that happened back in the day. Like, we got into it, or you just never know, bro. But that's how we've been conditioned that when we face to face with each other, we do not have our guard down, brother. Our guard is up. Whether you talking to a black man and a black man, black woman to a black woman, our guard is up, brother. And it's been like that for a long time in a lot of our lives. The guard is up, but we need to start letting that guard down, especially when we come into this awakening and being converted. Because once you converted, brother, we are new creatures. We don't have the same guard up that we used to have with our people. But I'm sorry to say, family, in certain circumstances and certain environments, the guard's still up because the environment. When you move out of that environment, then things change. You let the guard down. When you're in an environment where the crime is high, your guard is up. You know, you hate that it have to be like that, but this also messes with our mental health issues. I mean, mental health. This is an issue within our community.
Yeah.
Our people have to go ahead, talk to me.
Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, family, but I'm gonna wait till my brother come back. But everything that Shar Sham is saying, as far as like when you in the streets, family, you are always nervous. I don't care about the toughest nigga on the planet sitting every time. No, when I was in the street, you always nervous. You always looking around. You looking behind your back. Somebody walk up on you, say, "Man, what's up, bro?" Oh no, I'm just, man, what's wrong with you today, bro? Oh no, everything good. You always flinching. You always nervous. You always panic. Guess why? Because anything can happen at any given moment. When our young boys are growing up in these environments, do not believe that these are gangsters and they are tough. No, family. They are really scared. This is a problem. They are scared.
My bad.
They scared.
Still to this day, I deal with paranoia.
I used to bite all my fingernails out, boy, to the skin. Used to be so
Even where
nervous.
I go at in the city, I still deal with paranoia.
Mm-hmm.
People like, you all right? I'm like, yeah. They're like, why you always looking out the window? I'm just checking shit. Like, sorry, I'm just checking, looking around. What's going on over here? If I hear something going down there, because in my mind, I'm always watching my back. I got to know my environment, what's going on.
Right.
Which way is the exit? So you can get out, something go down. All right, I'm good. You see what I'm saying? That's how I think.
Yeah.
I've been thinking like that all my life. Dealing with a lot of BS. Always got to see what's the exit routes. And is this a one-way death trap, in and out? You got to be on point. So that's just how my mind is and my mentality and how I think, man. You never know what's going to happen. One day, I went to the bar. My homeboy said I was going over there to watch a fight. And I had a lot of jewelry on. So I go in the bar to get some drinks. And I see the guys in there. You know how you walk in the door? People see you.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 6 7 out. They saw me, right? But I don't know. It was like the Most High alerted me. And he just told me off top, so I said, watch them niggas. I already know it. I said, all right. You know, but I said, don't, he was telling me, don't look at him. Don't pay him no mind, which I didn't. I just got my liquor. And by the time I got up there to pay, they were still right there. I was still standing in line. And then they was leaving out. So I finally got to pay for my liquor. And I walked out the bar, right, to go to my car.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I get out there. They all standing out there, right? So I looks up as I come out the door. So I stops. And they see me, look. And then I see other dude, they just standing there looking at me, right? I'm looking at them. Then the other dude was like, start left, like, come on, yo, scared. Like, no, nigga, I ain't scared. I'm just on point. Like, if you want to try to make a play, let's try it. I'm by myself. It's like 6 or 7 y'all, I'm one man. You see what I'm saying? But that's where I say, see, a car right there. Now, if I had my gun in there, I would have ran to the car, and guess what? It'd have been a different story. But that's the kind of mentality you got to be on because of things like that, Kjudah. People always want to try you. Even if you're like, you know what? I ain't even bother nobody, bro. I was just coming to get a few drinks for the party and going to chill with my friends. You know what I'm saying?
See that? But you see that though? You see how our people, brother, we so brainwashed that, like Charleston White said, we pick on the weak. And
Or
I'm
who they
not
think
saying,
is weak.
yeah, but and look, I'm not even saying weak. I'm talking about as a people, like we don't have no structure, no military, no nothing put in place outside of the law, statutes, and commandments that can really just say, look, man, when we moving around in city to city and amongst each other, brother, there's no love and respect put in place. There's no compassion for your brother put in place. That's why when you came out that thing, look how them dudes walked out there waiting for you to come out there. To come at you like that. So that's why I say, if you are not converted in these scriptures, you're going to be lost for a very long time. And even if you do know you Israel and you are not converted in these scriptures, you are still lost until this day and might be for a very long time. Because I'm going to show a video that a brother, I just told y'all last week, and I ain't even watched this video before, but this brother say the reason why a lot of people are falling away, and he say one brother was in Israel United in Christ. Not only did he fall away, but he's an atheist. And guess what that brother said? He said because they are not teaching the foundation, which is Yahshua HaMashiach. I just told y'all that last week.
It was two twin brothers that was in Israel United in Christ. That was powerful. One of them left and one of them still there. Ain't that crazy?
No, Arca, they pick on the weak. Like a people that is broken and weak. That's what I meant. Not weak in like your physical strength, but just weak because they cannot defend themselves. A lot of our people, man, they are broken. They are weak in spirit. They are weak in faith. This is why he say, strengthen the feeble knees. Strengthen your brothers and sisters. You have to strengthen this broken and smitten and stricken people. How do you do that? You heal them with the medicine, but it has to be done in love. You heal them with the medicine, but it has to be done in love. If you are teaching people the Bible and it's not done in love, you're doing them a disservice and yourself. Because if you're going to keep telling me what I'm doing wrong, you're supposed to also encourage me too. There is no encouragement in this awakening, bro. I don't be seeing it. I'm pretty sure brothers and sisters out there that do it, but it's not on a larger scale. So when I said weak, I'm talking about a broken and smitten people, but not weak in physical strength, but weak because we have been broken.
So it's like when we teach the people,
right?
And it was like, well, I'm dealing with some things. I'm dealing with some mental health things. I'm dealing with some lust issues and this and that. And this is what I'm saying. And I'm like, all right, brother, all right, sister. This is what the scripture says about whatever you're doing. And this is, you have to find a way to get through it. Pray to the Father. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from those things that's bothering you. Detox your body from it. Mentally, physically, and spiritually. That you have to. Most sin and stuff that you do, Kjudah, and we do. The issue is, man, we have to discipline ourselves from doing it. That's what it is. Physically. It's just discipline. Meaning, I'm not going to do it. I'm refusing to do it. I'm not going to do that. I don't have to do that. Set it in your mind. I don't want to do that no more. I don't need to do that no more. Just like a person shoot the dope. Eventually, you go to your rehab in and you get your mind right. You can get off the needle. It's the same thing when somebody's dealing with whatever type of spirits are on them. You get those evil spirits off of you. You have to do it physically and mentally together.
And mentally, facts. And mentally, thank you. Yes, and mentally,
you have to do
facts.
It physically and mentally together.
And mentally, that's right.
You can beat it. You see what I'm saying? That's what your sin is. Whatever that is that's on you. Some people have a lust spirit. You see what I'm saying? You can shake that lust spirit. You don't have to be a whoremonger. It's just something in your mind telling you, yeah, do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to those demons. Because those principalities, those spiritual wickedness in high places, those forces is going to hit you. And usually you got forces on you because it's whoever you've been around or you hung around or something that you're doing or watching that you're entertaining, causing you to want to do those forces. This thing is spiritual. It could be the people that you're around putting out that negative energy. You see what I'm saying? And then all that stuff is just jumping on you. So it's also who you hang around too. You can't let people influence you or influence your life or influence you to do behavior you know you ought not to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know something ain't right in your life, family. You know you're doing something wrong when your spirit telling you that you're doing something wrong in the eyes of the Most High. I done had this happen to me plenty of times in my life. Now, y'all like, Shar, what you talking about? I'm going to give you an example, right? I did some wickedness, and I knew that was wrong, and I felt it through my whole spirit. The Most High told me and let me know. From the top of my head all the way down to the bottom of my feet, I had chills go through the body, and the Most High told me, I'm going to get you. He let me know, you ain't getting away with that one. He told me, hey, even if it come to your death, this is even before I was awake, I knew spiritually I did something wrong because my spirit told me, the Most High told me through my spirit, I'm going to get you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know you connected to the Most High. When your spiritual stuff in your body, from your brain, all the way from your top of your head, all the way down to the bottom of your feet, you can feel a connection spiritually and know that you're in trouble.
Just talk that talk, brother. Yep.
I had this happen to me a few times in my life, and I said I would never do that again for the things that I did, whatever I was doing when I knew it was wrong. That's why I tread carefully, because it's through the experience of what I've done. And I be like, man, I got sins I need blotted out. Because sometimes the Most High remind me and to let me know, oh, I ain't forgot. See, us as humans, we got to remember, we live life is short, but we forget a lot. But guess what? The Most High ain't forgot nothing. It's always there.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I wake up out my sleep going, sweating or whatever, thinking about something I did, and I say, Lord, why did I do that? Please forgive me. And then everybody be like, but you good, brother. You pray, you clean. But guess what? My soul don't feel that way, though. In my heart, I don't feel that way. Because in my mind, I be thinking about Judgment Day. And I be like, you know what? Those sins might have not been that bad, but pardon that one. That one there,
Mm-hmm.
please let me pass on that. The other ones, I take the lashes for those. I can handle that. But that one and that one, those sins, I can't handle that.
Right.
And see, and that's how I know that. Because if I felt that from my head all the way down to my feet spiritually, and I knew I did something wrong in the eyes of the Most High, I knew I was in trouble spiritually. And that's just the truth. It's real testimony. I don't have to lie about it.
Mm-hmm. Already. Hey, Sham, another aspect of that messing up mental health is this. Because like you just say, we didn't have to be there to see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is lynchings. It's a form of violence in which a mob, under the pretext of administrating justice without trial, executes and presume offender, often after inflicting torture and corporal mutilation. Did you hear this, man? Don't we see this? We wasn't there though, but we see the pictures, we see the movies, we read the books. This also affects us with generational trauma, PTSD until this day. Like the sister told you, it says the term lynch law refers to a self-constituted court that imposed sentence on a person without due process of law. Both terms are derived from the name of Charles Lynch. Charles Lynch. Did this not affect us, man, when we watch those images and movies and read books about how they lynch men and women, cut babies out of women's stomach,
Right,
fed babies to alligators for bait?
right.
We wasn't there though, y'all, but guess what? It affect us until this day. Because we thinking in our mind, how can the people do such a thing? And this, and let me say this, man. Because one thing me and my brother good at is speaking our mind.
That's right.
I do not understand for the life of me that black people, Israelites, you have to love everybody. Nobody has to respect you. Nobody has to show you any love, any compassion, but you have to love everybody. Can you tell me who do the Chinese love outside of the Chinese? Who do the Japanese love outside of the Japanese? Who do the Arabs love outside of the Arabs? Who? They love their own people. And that money circulate 9-10 times before it leaves their hands out of their communities. That's love. So they just love each other. Why can't you just love one another? Why do everybody tell you when you just want to love you? When you just want to have you at the party, you at the barbecue, you at the family gathering, y'all are reverse racism. God love everybody. You supposed to love all people, but I don't know all people, and all people ain't worthy of my love. How I'ma love you and I don't know you? I'm talking about other nationalities. My people, we have a universal connection. Whether Sham in Baltimore, we have a universal connection. We go through the same plight.
That's right.
We come from the same stock.
That's right.
He's my brother.
That's
What
right.
blood run through him, that DNA run through me. My
That's right.
forefathers run through him, my forefathers run through me. My foremothers, my people, my stock. That's who I love. So if anybody want to love all nationalities, Kjudah don't tell nobody what to do. I'm telling you, for me, I love us first. I'm not helping nobody until I help us first. That's just the way I look at it, family. So stop with this, because by you giving everybody else your love, there ain't enough love to go around for your own people. This why y'all have animosity towards each other, and you try to impress other nationalities of people in front of them, but your own people don't get that type of love and compassion and due process. Y'all immediately go at each other's neck. The anger flare up. You know why? You know why the anger flare up in both y'all faces? Because y'all both going through oppression in the same plight. You mad, he mad. She mad, she mad. Life ain't going good for you. Life ain't going good for him. Y'all meet each other and y'all clash. Take all y'all problems out on each other. You don't know how to talk to one another. You have no respect for one another. We don't even know how to love one another. And I don't blame you for it, because you have not been taught how to love one another. You have not been taught how to respect each other. You only been taught to be discombobulated and hate each other. Listen to what I just said. You was taught self-hate. You never had self-hate. You was always a proud people. Better go back to the 60s. You better even go back to the time of your forefathers. They was hard-headed. But when it was time to fight, they stood together. They protected their people and their tribe and their women and children. We have no self-pride. We have no self-love. We don't even have no standards no more. Anything goes in the Black community today. No standards.
Bruh, I was just never mind. It's something else. That's something else to talk about. Not for this live. Not for this live. I agree, Kjudah. We as a people don't have standards no more or morals. We used to have morals. We used to have codes.
Yep.
I told a female this at my job, and I was like, why I'm not impressed with women of today in this society and time that we deal with, especially the younger women. Mm-hmm. And to my sister, Orca, you know I love you. I'm not beating down a woman. I'm just being honest. When I was younger, we was kids. It was a time where dudes courted girls, man. And like, you know, you didn't see female body parts and see them naked. Like, a lot of women was covered up. You know, they had respect for themselves. Like, these days and times, women don't respect themselves. Everybody's walking around naked. You seeing everybody naked. Women is married and got husbands, and they walking around half naked, showing their private areas, their breasts, showing it all. Like, you was a young man, a teenager, had a girlfriend. You wasn't seeing her nakedness like that. You would be lucky if y'all had sex right away. You know, it was a wow, but it wasn't no. You know, you had that little 3-month rule, and you had to wait 90 days just to get a kiss and stuff like that before you even was getting intimate with a girl. You know, dudes is meeting girls and they hooking up the same damn day. You know, or check out my OnlyFans. You know, they got all that pictures showing everything on social media, internet. You know, that's the world that we live in today, where it's just all out there now. Nothing is hitting no more. Nothing is being, no time being taken off of anything. It's just there for the taking.
Sham, like, I always break it up in sections. Everything you just said, I always break it up in sections. I always say You got women. You got what society called the H words,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. You got those women. Then you got the women that society called the B words,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got this what society called promiscuous women.
Mm-hmm.
So the point that I'm making is that everything you saying is correct, brother. When it comes to like a lot of women back in the day, they never showed their body like that, brother. Even when it came to the breast, they never had a shirt where that split was right there. All
Mm-hmm.
that was covered up, brother. They dress different than how they dress today. The butt cheeks is out, you know, brothers sagging, they draws all the way down there to like the thigh area. There's no standards, my brother. Like you said,
Hey, Judah,
there is no standards.
remember when you asked me coming alive and I was like I was in a casino or whatever, like I was
Right,
leaving or whatever.
right. Mm-hmm.
Look, right. So I'm shooting dice, having a good time. It was a stud in there, right? So I told the stud girl, I said, "Hey, I ain't trying to be funny, but you know you got your ass hanging out, right?" And she was like, "Yeah." I said, "Like you like." I was like, "You know, dudes used to do that back in the day, where their pants hanging down. But you're a female, you got your butt hanging out, you got drawers on." I said, "You do still understand that you're a woman, right?" And she was like, "Yeah, but what you trying to say?" I said, "Listen, man, I know we in a different time now, but you're a woman. You still a woman. Like you should respect yourself, but don't think because you put putting on a display of you're a masculine stud, that don't mean nothing. you're 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 a woman with your ass out."
Right.
But she couldn't grasp what I was trying to tell her. You a woman with your ass out. You still a woman. There's a bunch of men around. You still a woman. Whether you want to present yourself as this or not, you're still a woman. And that's what I mean by we don't have no standards no more. Where we had standards where we respected ourselves. That's what I was telling the girl at my job. She's a young girl. She's like 21, 22. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, the reason why a lot of men don't entertain women in y'all generation, because y'all don't have no self-respect for yourself. Y'all give it out there and just put it on display and give it to everybody. Like it ain't for one person no more. It's for this person, for that person, for this person. And then, well, you're a hater because
I was
I'm
just about
showing
to say
how
that. Man, I was just
yeah,
about to say that's exactly what they're gonna tell you, brother. And you
how
told her
good
the
I look
truth.
on the internet. And then
That
you
was
ask her,
love.
how am I a hater? Because I don't want you showing your body naked all over the internet. Like, have moral standards and principles. Don't be a follower. Be a leader. Lead yourself to where you need to go. But you don't need to be naked to get to where you're trying to go in life.
You
You
was
know?
what you told her was love, brother. Our Sham, our people say in our community, mind your business. But
Mhm.
because you love your sister, you rather for her to have self-respect, and you told her the truth out of love. Why can that be looked upon in a good way? Why I gotta be shunned upon? Like, brother, you need to mind your business and they ain't got nothing to do with you. No, he told her the truth. Your butt is
Mhm.
hanging out, woman. You are
That's what
not a
I told you.
man, you're a woman, and you got your butt hanging out. I even see the new thing going around with the studs have the chest out. The chest, a
Yep.
woman's chest is out, and they walking around sagging. But you can
Right.
still see that
Yeah,
there
but
those are breasts.
right. And
Come
K2,
on,
that's what I'm
man.
saying, right? Now look, but we not crazy, right? Because look, if you go back into to the 90s, you see Tupac, everybody, all the guys with their pants hanging down, boxers, their butt out, right? Women adopted that now. Men don't do that no more. You don't see men walking around hanging with their butt out. That's old stuff. That's something that the studs are doing now. And I find it funny that they doing that. And I was like, yo, me and my homeboys, we had those conversations about that, like stuff that they do. And we laugh at that because we was like, yo, we was doing that in the early 2000s, high school,
Mm-hmm.
in the 90s. Like even female studs then didn't do that. They was like considered tomboys. They didn't do that stuff. They call themselves studs now, but they was tomboys then. You see what I'm saying? They
Yep.
didn't do that. They wasn't pants sagging like the guys was. They might have a big shirt on and some jeans with some boots, running with some boys with a fitted cap, but they were not wearing their chest out and they were not sagging their pants like a man. Now they're doing that. All the old stuff that the men did, they doing in this modern time, which
I
is
agree with that. I agree with that positive. I agree with that. That she say right here. She say women moving out of hurt because truth be told, women who carried themselves respectfully got cheated on, so they moved in a broken way. I can agree with that. But see, positive. That's why I was saying everything has to be broken up in sections because, like Sham was saying on the video, and we're gonna do a live about that, about how you got the brother who's a good brother, respectful brother who do right by the woman, and the woman say he's weak.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want no man like that. I want me a bad boy. I want somebody who gonna challenge me. But why you wouldn't just want a life of peace? And then you have the sister who's a respectful woman, do everything she supposed to do, and the man out there just misusing her, abusing her, and
She get
doing
with the
whatever he
vicious
want to
type.
do.
Yep.
Because you have those different sections of our population to where you got the women that get hurt, you got the men that get hurt, you got the men that do wrong to women, and you got the women that do wrong to men. So
Mm-hmm.
all we doing is just hurting each other because we hurt. Hurt people hurt people.
Yep.
Hurt people hurt people. And if people haven't been healed from that trauma and whatever they battling mentally, it's just gonna keep going in a cycle, and it's never gonna be a generational curse that's broken. Because black people, black men and women, this is what I notice. When they get with each other, it's chaos. When they get with other nationalities, the way they should have been with each other, they give it to the other nationality. They
Exactly.
so calm and nice, and they just smiling. The black man just smiling with the white woman. The black woman just smiling with the Gentile. They just so in love. But boy, when they with each other, boy. And you know why? Because of the condition, Sham, that they are in makes them angry at each other.
Yeah.
He's trying, brother. He really trying hard. But he don't have the means at the moment to get her where she would want him to get the family to. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you do have those sisters who ride with a man and it has nothing to do with material possession. So that's why I'm saying it has to be broken in sections. I don't look at all black women the same. I don't
Nope.
look at all my brothers the same.
Nope.
We got some solid black men, I mean, handling their
Yep.
business. We got some beautiful black women handling their business.
Yep.
But guess what else we have? Those H's, them B's, the promiscuous women, them homongering men. We have that, brother. So I just break it up in sections, brother.
Yeah, but the problem is we as a people has to accept that in society and say, hey, this is what it is, because it's the truth. We can't turn a blind eye and say they not really like that. They are. You just got some women out here who just love toxicity. They don't want nothing but the drama, the ratchetness. That's their life. They the sexy red type, snooky type person. That's what they about. That's their life. Then you got the ratchet bum dudes who don't want to do nothing. They just want to have a bunch of babies, stay home, don't want to work. You know what I'm saying? Smoke weed
Right.
and get taken care of. They don't want to take on a manly man role. Then you got the good woman who want that good guy she can help take care of, elevate that dude. You see what I'm saying? And do her best with him. And sometimes she don't get him. She get the wrong guy, the total opposite. And she be like, she done wasted her time trying to build a brother up and do for him because she thought that he was the one, and he wasn't. He wasn't meant to be that. Then you got
Right.
the good guy, the family guy, to do anything to take care of his family. His wife is home, and he get his wife and trying to do whatever she want. But she want to be ratchet. She want to go up to the club. She want to, lead the kids on him. You know what I'm saying? She want to get back with her homegirls and let the good times roll. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
Right.
was down bad, but he put me on my feet. And now she don't see them bad times no more. Everything is about good. You know what I mean? So I want to go back and have fun. Or I'm missing something. You know what I
Right,
mean?
Eve. Right, Eve. Eve, you right. Sham, on point, brother. And Sister
Yeah.
Eve, you right too. A lot of them studs and gay men have been molested when they were younger. So much
Yeah.
childhood trauma. Absolutely. Yep.
I,
Facts.
I, I brought that out a lot talking about that. I know
Mm-hmm.
that for a fact. And from dealing with stud women, majority of them been molested, raped or molested, or had something happen to them traumatic that turned them into that form where they had took on more estrogen and or what's the other thing, testosterone, because it's a form of protection. You know, uh,
And I
never
want
know
to.
a passionate 6'5" man will carry on so much hurt, man. Uh, that's supposed to be sus by older woman until this day. Right. I can agree to that.
Now, Shar Sham, I want to say for the brothers and the sisters, let me show you something else that y'all have to stop beating each other up over, because you have to remember, look at what system you under. I'm not saying don't keep trying. I'm not saying, don't keep fighting that good fight. You keep going around whatever you have to go around to get your family where you're trying to go. And I want to show you this. I'm going to read it first. It says, how does generational wealth affect the Black communities? In the Black community, building generational wealth hasn't been easy to either obtain or maintain for multiple factors. It say Black families achieve considerably less wealth than white families, with a median network of 24,000 compared to 188,000. Now, the reason why I'm reading this, family, not because I believe this. You want me to tell you what this do? This make our people feel like there's no way out. Who wrote this? So I'm reading this to show you that they come up with all these statistics to make it seem like we can't have no progress, that we can't do better. This right here would discourage somebody. Man, what I'm working for then? I ain't gonna never get where I'm trying to go. But that's not the case. And I'm about to show you why. Check this out.
Why is the inner city filled with so many Black people as white folks flock to the suburbs? Generational wealth building is directly tied to home ownership. For decades, Black people were largely shut out of that system. In the 1930s, under Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal, the newly created Federal Housing Authority gave money to builders who mass-produced homes in the suburbs. The federal government stipulated that none of those homes could be sold to Black buyers. This was federal policy. So for white folks, you had subsidized housing in the suburbs. For Black folks, you had subsidized housing projects in the inner city. Home ownership in white families increased exponentially after World War II through the GI Bill. Many Black vets were systematically shut out of that process too. You can see how this sets up a feedback loop. If your parents and grandparents weren't able to accumulate any wealth through home ownership, not only do they have nothing to pass down to you, but you're more likely to deplete your resources by taking care of them in their old age. And you're less likely to have any accumulated wealth to pass down to your children. In 2021, only 44% of Black families are homeowners versus 73% of white families. Why haven't Black folks in the U.S. been able to accumulate wealth at the rate that other groups have? Through much of the 20th century, Black folks who attempted to purchase a home were systematically denied bank loans through a practice called redlining. Redlining started in the 1930s in the U.S. Bank lenders would color code neighborhoods according to their perceived risk. Poorer areas that were predominantly Black or Latino were colored red, meaning banks would not lend to anyone in those neighborhoods. The federal government's Homeowners Loan Corporation created these maps along with real estate agents and banks. This practice went on until 1968, until it was technically outlawed by the Fair Housing Act. The Community Reinvestment Act in 1977 helped too, but there are many indications that housing discrimination is alive and well today. It's estimated that many Black families have lost out on $212,000 in increased property values over the last 40 years because their home is in a formerly redlined area. In part 3, I'll talk about how federal housing segregation policies legally prevented Black people from buying homes in the suburbs.
She sound like Oracle.
Why are Black folks in the U.S. so much poorer on average than the rest of the country? In very simple terms, it's because of the racial wealth gap. The disparities in wealth accumulation between the rich and the poor in the U.S. become even more extreme when you take race into account. The net worth of a typical white family in the U.S. is nearly 10 times what the net worth of a typical Black family is in the U.S. But why is that? From the very founding of this country, the systems of government, corporate enterprise, and societal structures were designed to lock Black people out of any opportunities to accumulate wealth or pursue education as other groups did. We've only begun to acknowledge and address these disparities in the last 50 years or so, and we've still got a long way to go to right the wrongs of the past. After 240 years of slavery, where it was illegal for Black people to be educated, you had another 60 years of legal segregation with Jim Crow laws, which I talked about in an earlier series. And it wasn't that long ago. Both my parents were born into the Jim Crow era. In the next video, I'm going to talk about banking and housing discrimination, which greatly affects generational wealth.
Who want to hear about men Shar Sham excuses? This is what he was talking about, the Black man. The hardest thing to be as a Black man. You know why? With all this that we have to face to provide for our families, who want to hear our excuses? Who gonna help us when we battling our mental health problem? when we having a bad day because they cut the hours. Nobody care about none of that. Bills still have to be paid. These companies not gonna say, okay, we'll give you a little leeway, you know, we'll help you out. Nobody not gonna help no black man, not, bro. We always have to get it out the mud. Even the money we make right now, brother, then already broke it down to y'all. When we get a raise on that paycheck, you don't see that money. They make you think they doing something for you, but the economy and the cost of living went up. Now you used to pay $1,200 for a house, $1,100 for a house. Now it's $2,300. How is your check really helping you? And most people get things they know they can't afford too. Because like Sham said behind the scenes, Sham, say that what you said about how our problem is that we trying to impress each other.
Yeah, it's all about impressing each other in competition.
Competition.
There you go. Look at each other as we competition. We're not even in competition with each other. We're not even in the game to be in competition. That's the problem. And that's why I tell people, if we did like the other nations came together, we'll be impressed with each other because we all be on top. But we looking at each other as competition, when we're not even in the game to be competition. The problem is we need residential buildings and ownership of our own stuff. Snoop Dogg and Master P are in the game. But when they got 100% black-owned cereal brand, now they became the competition.
Yeah, facts. You're right.
That's the problem.
And they must have been selling, Sham. They must have been selling too, brother.
But of course, because they know black people won't support their own. But the problem, and
they go to brother, Sham. They go to brother. Big salute, brother. Big salute, Wisdom 4.
Oh, shalom, most I bless. Yeah, that's
big
the
salute to you.
Yeah, that I met in
already. Big salute, brother.
But yeah, you know, like I was saying, you know, our biggest competition is ourselves, and we don't even have to be in competition with ourselves. You know, like I said, we have to come together and have our own. That's the only way we're gonna win, family. We gotta have our own. Black Wall Street,
right,
everywhere for black people, because Snoop Dogg and Master P owning that cereal, to them it's a slap in the face. They don't want a black man own anything or anything with their own brand on it. You know, we gotta we gotta go back where we got our own markets. In Baltimore, we got a lot of local clothing lines. You know, people sell clothes, and they good designs too. You know, and you can get them there. I mean, they're a little expensive, but I mean, we can't sell it for real cheap right now because, like I say, we don't own the factories where they manufacturing the garments. But you know, you making just do. But I mean, that's the way of the world right now. You know, us as a people of Negroes, we are out of the market. We're not in the market until we actually get in the market where we can control some type of stock and we can move money here and move money there and make it where we actually controlling the product is the problem. That's the biggest problem, KJ. We don't control the product. We don't control the food market with the farms, stuff like that. We have to control the market and control the product. As long as we out of the market, we always want to be what they call a consumer slave or a pretty much a useless eater. That's just how it's going to be, family.
Talk that talk, brother. And Oracle, you already know I don't disagree with this part, but and y'all know how me and Oracle get down. Me and my sister have.
Black women have to catch help from the world and from their men.
Watch this though, Sham. Just let me say this. Oracle, I'm not disagreeing with this because when you say black women have to catch hair from the world and from their men, guess what I would say to you, my beloved sister, because you know how we get down. We have these conversations all the time. Not from our men, from bad men, toxic men, no good men. So not from men, from what I just described. And then you said up here, you go ahead, Shar, because I want to deal with this part. You said I have to disagree with you. It is not just a sign to the men. We are all just going to have to agree to disagree with me because I don't feel like that. The women catch hair is not worse. Nah, women don't catch hair more than no black men.
No.
No.
This world that we live in, black men catch hell as soon as they come out the womb. We are the enemy because the way we reproduce the nation, for real, we chooses both sex of our people. The black man, we are the problem to them. We're the dominant species, the male figure. Even in war, they always killed the male child, kept the female. So we the most feared thing on this planet.
Brother, if I get in my car right now, Shar, Sham, and the police having a bad day, it can go left. Just because I'm a black man.
Yeah.
It can go left, brother. Just because I'm a black man. And I can be respectful and he could just snatch me out the car because I'm a black man. That's not really happening to our sisters on an everyday basis, brother, because our sisters, to be honest, is not the threat to the white man. It's the black man.
No, you're not.
We're the threat.
See, the problem is when this thing really go down, and you, Oracle, you know I love you to death.
Man, she trying to be funny, bro. Nah, I know she can't believe that. Come on, dog. Yeah. I know she can't believe that, bro, right there. Come on now. Come on now. I know you don't believe that. You do not catch hell more than us. I know if y'all think you keep saying it, you Oracle, if a war break out, you not going on the front line. We going on the front line. If the black community had to be defended tomorrow, you not going, my sister.
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
There's gonna be a lot of black men blood shed, not yours.
Yeah, because the scripture says that it's gonna be a time on this earth like y'all never seen before. Ain't no women that's standing up fighting nobody on the time of this earth like they never seen before. Especially dealing with all these migrants coming over here. What y'all gonna do? When a man mind has to change now. And it goes into kill mode. You know? That King David mentality.
Right. This nigga crazy, boy. I love this.
You want to take out a lot of people. Ain't no woman doing that. Because y'all get out there in the battlefield cramping up and menstruating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, Kjudah?
Yeah. You're right.
War is gruesome.
Arca, look who you describing, though. You know, you describing those type of men. Israel united in Christ who speak against black women. But what about the brother that don't? What about the brothers that stand up 110 toes down? So I don't focus on those type of men and those type of women. I focus on the righteous women and the righteous men. Now, somebody might say, but don't you supposed to be waking up the brothers and sisters that's not right? Man, this word is going to the four corners of the earth. If it's for them to receive, they're gonna receive it. If not, they not.
Oh, we understand what happened to Sam.
Oh yeah. I got you, Arca.
And everybody.
That's why I say black women and black men, Arca. I'm not dismissing the trauma and plight of our sister. And that's why I got two great videos that we about to see. But me and Sham just chopping it up right now. But I'm telling you, I would never dismiss the plight of the sisters. I know without a shadow of a doubt, I'm 43 years old. My sisters ain't never went through what I had to go through. Police weren't jacking them up and pulling them out the car. They were pulling me out the car.
Stop and frisk wasn't even for women. Stop and frisk was not for women. It was for men.
Who Sham?
It was for men, harassing men. That's who stop and frisk was for. Women was not walking around with drugs in their pants. They was not the ones throwing up against the walls. It was the black men, the ones that was always on the corner, the ones on the basketball court, the ones who they wanted to shake down, plant drugs on, to get trap up false charges. That's what stop and frisk was on. The black community, the Latino community. I don't think the gay community was jumping that big during that time, but you know what I mean, Kjudah. It was all about black men and the so-called fake drug war that was on the black man. That's what stop and frisk was about.
Man, that's a real statement she just said.
Sisters, they never was harassed by the police like me and my
sisters was never harassed.
My sisters can't give no stories talking about experiences or issues they had with the police.
They
But
used
I
to
guarantee my brothers will get up here and tell you all types of shit that happened to them.
all types, brother. All types, because and I would never dismiss the trauma and the mental health issues our sisters go through. But like my sister just said right here, Yala, she said we are a threat for the very reason of us being the other 50 to the 100 kings. Straight up. I'm just saying that I know that if you get the black men out the way, then what the sisters gonna do?
Exactly.
Are you gonna go to battle against men? Could you go to battle against Russia, against China? No. If the Most High was about to raise up an army, it's gonna be the men. That's just the truth, man. It's gonna be the men. Because the Most High not only hold men accountable in every aspect of his household, he also gonna put men on the front line to defend that household. It won't be no one man. It's gonna be men. Positive said, unfortunately, I was only in danger by my own men. The Gentiles was ignored by me. That's sad. Okay, I got you, my sister.
And I can agree to
I can understand. I can understand that. I understand. But see, that's why we not up here saying like our sister's plight is our plight. But I know without a shadow of a doubt, nobody harassed my sisters, brother. They never was pulled over in a harass.
No.
They never came home with those stories. I came home with those stories all the time. What you mad for, boy? Man, I just got pulled over by the police, man, trying to yank me out the car. My man, you know, I'm checking from them and talking crazy. Yeah, I had those stories over and over again.
The last case of harassment that I had was by the Crooked Gun Trace Task Force.
I ain't dismissing
in Baltimore
nothing.
City.
I ain't dismissing nothing.
Punk guy that I hate. His name is Officer Herschel. Daniel Herschel.
Yeah.
Daniel Herschel. He used to harass me all the time.
Leave me alone, Oracle. Leave me alone, please.
Harass me all the time. Because I had 2 cars. He accused me of being a drug dealer. Even though I was hustling, but he couldn't prove it. You feel me? I had a black on black Park Avenue with 20-inch chrome and black rims on it.
Ain't nobody making this show about you. You keep making statements and we speaking on it. I disagree with you like you disagree with us. I disagree. But go ahead, Shar.
Yeah, Oracle. You don't understand, Oracle. The police is so corrupt. They only harass people who they think that got money, drug dealers. There was on a time when I was getting harassed by the police 24/7, and it was so bad that I had to go learn the law because I couldn't take it no more. I mean, they would rip through my cars. I had the police cuff me and my homeboy in the highway, run through my car with K9s, said I was drug trafficking. I wasn't even on a road and on highways dealing any drugs at that time. I actually had a job and was being harassed for no reason, just because of the kind of car I had. I had a 1989 Crown Victoria box joint with dual pipes on it, chrome. It was brown, Kjudah. It had cruddy tints. Man, everybody used to think I was a stick-up kid when I used to drive that car.
Right.
I used to get harassed by the county police all the time.
This nigga always trying to make something out of nothing, bro. Nobody ain't even coming for her. I'm responding to a statement.
Oracle, we love you.
I tell you,
Oracle,
boy.
we love you.
I ain't even coming for her. I put her statements on the
you.
screen, bro, and answering it. And we just agree to disagree. She said, I'm coming for her.
I'm not saying that black women are not safe. I'm not saying that nobody don't care about black women.
I love black women.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the black man is the biggest issue on this planet. We the most hated. Nobody don't respect us. Nobody don't care about us. Anything that happened to us, it is what it is. That's just the truth. That's life. Being a black man is the most challenging thing on this earth. Anywhere we go in the United States or on this planet, it don't matter. Anywhere we go in the United States, we always going to find trouble. Why? Because you're a black man and somebody going to think we're up to no good. And other niggas going to look at us and say, what, Kjudah? Who you? Where you from? What you doing around here? We don't know him. Women don't get that. Women don't get that. A dude to see a woman somewhere, they be trying to holler at her. or if they're in somebody else's hood. But when it's a nigga, we always a threat. It's always a problem.
I ain't say
You're
that.
not even trying to cause a problem. That's
I didn't say that on this live, bro. She just making up stuff.
What she say?
Yeah, but man, Shar about to get ready to play these other videos, but you know, we just chopping it up, family. But I just pray that somebody get something out of this, family. That look, that Deuteronomy 28, yes, it was pronounced on us. But if you start at the first verse, those blessings still apply, and they can also be applied to your life. If you are obedient to Yah, have faith in your king, walk in this man's law, statutes, and let me say commandments. Because I did a live when I broke down what are laws, what are statutes, what are commandments. Let me say this. Love Yah with all your heart, soul, and mind. Have faith in your king. Love your neighbor as yourself. You are fulfilling the law. Because you are not going to do anything to your brother or your sister that you would not want done to you. That's it. Salvation is so easy to grasp. It's so easy to grasp.
Kjudah, can you
also know that I understand what my beloved sister is saying? Women have it hard, just not hard as a black man.
I want you to highlight her comment she made.
Which one?
The
men
one
abandoned right here.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I want you to. A reason why I want you to highlight that, right?
Okay.
Because now you see where it says some don't defend their own seed. Some say online are their own open mouth that they will not protect women, right? All right.
That's them men though.
Everybody, but all cool. Let me ask you this, right? Is every man supposed to protect every woman they see or every black woman? Some of these black women are wicked. They shouldn't be protected. And this is what I'm gonna say, right? Kjudah, is you gonna put your life on the line for something that a black woman did, or just because she's a woman? What if she did something wrong?
No,
is you supposed to protect her? That's
no,
like every black man.
I'm not, brother.
The scriptures even talk about these children, these wicked kids. They say if they're rebellious and doing wrong, you supposed to get the elders supposed to take them to the city, and they supposed to be stoned with stones. Is we supposed to be protecting them? Every woman ain't supposed to be protected.
I'm not doing it, Sham.
You know,
I'm not doing it.
And that's all I'm saying.
For righteous cause, Sham, for righteousness, I would defend brother and sister for righteousness. Even if I have to go to jail for righteous sake, I'll go to jail, brother. But I'm not just defending every black woman I see. If I go in a store and a black man arguing with a black woman, I'm not intervening in that because I just went in the store. I don't know what's going on. Exactly. I don't know what transpired.
Exactly.
I'm not jumping in everything I see. But for a righteous cause, righteousness, and asking the Most High, Father, should I, is this something I should, try to break up, intervene, bring peace to this situation? I ask for directions always. I don't just go out there head first. I ask the Lord, should I do this or should I forbear? Is this something I should engage in, or what you think, Father? He'll put it in your spirit.
Right.
He'll put it in your spirit. But no, I'm not protecting all black women because she's a black woman. No.
Yeah, because
I might lose my life. I might lose my life, and she gonna go on with her life. She didn't know me. I lost my life for nothing.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. The problem is we can't lump everybody into the same group and say all black men will protect all these women. That's not true. I tell everybody, you protect everybody you love and who you care about. But every fight is yours. You got to know when not to fight and when to fight. Some people start problems and cause issues.
Mm-hmm.
That's not your fight. You know what I mean? Because that could be your demise. Trying to be a hero for something that ain't got nothing to do with you. If it's that bad, call the police. That's what they get paid for. You know what I'm saying, Kjudah?
I tax dollars.
I can't always. I'm not gonna put my life on the line. I got kids. I'm not protecting.
No, you have people depend on you, boy.
Right.
You have people depend on you in that household who you supposed to be defending and give your life for. So you have people depending on you, bro. You can't just go out there head first and just get into a situation, and then now your wife looking for you to come home, you get a knock at the door, or you the wife of such and such. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that.
I don't believe every black man is Oracle, or I don't believe every black woman. I'm talking about for myself as me. I'm going to put my life and I'm dying for mine. Point blank, period. I don't know about somebody else. But for me, as a man that's living, I cannot see my children being raped or hurt by somebody knowing that their father has power to or the power or the willpower alive to stop it, I'm not gonna let it happen. That's all I'm saying.
Man, what she's saying is right about you got a lot of men that's infidels, and guess what we saying is the truth. So you can look at it from both sides. A lot of black men, and look, y'all just heard me. Not all. I said a lot of black men. I didn't say black men, because guess what? I never put all my brothers in a blanket. You have a lot of good black men, just as well as
Yes.
you have a lot of black men who don't handle their business. And guess what,
Yes.
sisters? Stay away from those men and try the spirit to see if they right.
Right.
That's it.
But you got a lot of good women too. So, and like I said before, Kjudah, the problem is the good black women and the good black men, they're the ones that's not getting together. You have the bad black men and women that's meeting opposite. And that's where all the friction comes from. And they're the ones that be having the crazy relationships. Because you have one person that's on a positive vibe and one person on a negative vibe. It don't work. That's the issue.
Sure, share, man. You ready to play the video?
Yeah, you go there. Keep going.
Yeah, she me and her have these type of conversations all the time. And you have to be able to, something that me and my partner Jay always talk about. Like, we don't get in our emotions when we disagree. We just disagree. You know what I'm saying? And me and my partner be talking real talk. Like, it be sounding like we getting into it, but we not. Cause we don't let our emotions get in the way of, our opinions or the way we feel. I'm gonna speak the way I feel. He gonna speak the way he feel. And guess what? We're gonna walk away, feeling the way we feel. But I understand where Arca coming from, and I understand where Sham coming from. I understand where myself coming from. I understand where Positive coming from. I understand what Sister E when she talked about the studs. I understand all that, and I take all that into consideration to say this. We all dealing with something. Straight up. We all dealing with something. And I pray for all my people, brothers and sisters. We battling something, man. We battling something.
Oh, cool. I'm trying to find where is it written that I'm supposed to protect every woman. I haven't found that nowhere.
Huh? What she said that it?
No,
Even in this very moment, you all are telling me why you would not protect every woman. So when I say women have it harder, I care not what anyone say. It's equally as bad for us. Okay, but I'm not protecting every woman, and I think she trying to. I think she trolling now, because she know she. Would you protect every man? Would you put your life on the line for every man? I don't think so.
At Kjudah, is we supposed to protect the people that hate us and don't like us? Because I say this right, even the women that talking bad about us and disrespect us, right? Because I told you, I'm not Yahweh Shah. I haven't grown
this whole mess, Arca. You started it.
I haven't grown to that level yet where he says, if somebody hits you, turn the other cheek. And I said, well, if he hit me, I'm gonna punch him back in the face. I haven't grown to that level, so I don't feel that I should have to protect everybody.
Right. I'm telling you.
I'm not doing it. That's all I'm saying. I respectfully disagree.
Hey, but this video, y'all about to love. I want y'all to listen to the trauma of our young black males and men. This because it trickles down. I'm gonna deal with the men first, then we're gonna deal with the sisters. And then me and Sham gonna get ready to wrap this up. But we pray that somebody got something from this to know this, family. You have a right to be happy. You have a right to live life. You don't have to continue to stay in the place where you at. And that mental health that you battling, you about to hear right now that we don't have a lot of places where we can go, and we don't have a lot of people that we trust to be able to tell what we going through, and they hold that dear to them. A lot of our people tell bearers, they gossip too much. Next thing you know, your business all over the place. But watch this, Sham. Let's get to it, brother. This is gonna be a good one.
Oracle, where I say the women are gonna be called off to battle.
She just talking crazy, brother. It's nowhere in the Bible.
Show me where they go to war.
Nowhere in the Bible, brother. Let me do fair use. There's nowhere in the Bible where women gonna be hauled off to war. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You're not getting on the front line, wielding no sword and toting no gun. Stop. Let me do the fair use, because she trolling me right now. That's why she put them laughing emojis in there. She trying to be funny, bro. Here you go. Fair use, family. And let me take a comment off the thing. All right, Shar Sham, let's get it, brother. This is going to be a good one, family. Listen to this. And this is going to help our brothers. I'm going to start right here. Listen.
Is a real thing, an unsustainable thing. There is a Black male mental health struggle. I became a therapist in therapy. The unsustainability of Black male trauma, Black male rage, Black male resentment is a real thing, an unsustainable thing. So what's the struggle? 1 in 4 psychologists are Black. And when I say Black, I mean that includes Black men and Black women. According to the American Psychological Association, 4% psychologists worldwide, in this country.
Question: would you build a website for a major brand with more than 200
are Black? For every 100,000 Black Americans, only 1 Black psychiatrist. 7% of Black men received any form of mental health services in the last couple years. Right? Black youth, particularly Black boys, are introduced with the struggle of mental health at a very early age. It's treated in elementary school by suspension or special education referrals. What's the Black struggle? That's it. The inadequacy of practitioners who look like Black men, who have a unique experience with mental health. Right? What does that mean for all of us? The current mental health industry does not sustain Black male trauma, Black male rage, Black male resentment, which means we have to look at the factors that are uniquely attributed to Black males in this country. What makes me qualified to talk about Black male mental health struggle? Well, beyond the obvious of being a Black male, I crashed in 2008, the year the mortgage industry crashed, the real estate market, right? That same year, my mother informed me she had stage 4 cancer. In 2009, I became a father for the 4th time. But this time was unique because the child was already 21 years old, which means right before my 17th birthday, I had a child. In 2010, my mother ended up passing away from cancer. I moved her from Chicago to Georgia before the diagnosis to live out her golden years under the sun of the South, to work with me and for me. She ended up passing. In 2011, I went to what I now label as a very eventful divorce. I lost everything. I walked away from everything. I lost my family, my spouse at the time away from the children, assets, things of that nature. In 2012, I experienced my very first panic attack. I found myself in the middle of a public park here in Atlanta, lying on my back, crying profusely for what seems like hours. In 2013, I had my second panic attack. This one was different. This one, I was with the partner at the time, and she said that she overheard me saying some things that were troubling. Later on that day, I had a special event I needed to be at. My friend at the time took me to the local emergency room because as Black males, that is how we address our mental health struggles, right? When it really gets to a point, have to see someone at the local hospital emergency room. So of course they kept me 72 hours, suicide watch. I missed the court date. My partner at the time took the signed medical excuse to court at the time that I was supposed to report. The judge refused it, subsequently generating a bench warrant, and I eventually had to address that. That same year, 2013, my father passed, just when we were attempting to repair a 40-plus year fragmented, fragile, broken relationship. He passed. Went to Chicago, did the mourning, came back to Atlanta. 2 days after mourning my dad's death, was pulled over by local law enforcement. Had to settle that warrant from a few months earlier. So for the next 57 days, I sat in a jail cell, in a jumpsuit, grieving what I thought initially was only my father's death. What I now know was all of the stressors, the losses, the trauma, the rage, the resentment I had since I crashed the same year the mortgage and real estate market crashed. So during that time, I went to 5 different therapists. Now, I wasn't shy from therapy because my mother, bless her heart, she was ahead of her time. She took me to see a therapist in high school. We're talking in the 80s. The good thing is it ended up being family therapy, and we learned a lot of tools and strategies that really benefited us. But when it was my time, during 2008 to 2013, it felt differently, right? But I still went. I went to 5 different ones. The first 4, nothing. It was cool to share my struggles, but I didn't get any help. Why? Because it was irrelevant, right? The practitioners who did not look like me were culturally incompetent. They meant well. I didn't have time to teach them about my lived experiences. I needed tools and strategies. I needed them like yesterday. So after going through 4 different therapists, I gave up on therapy. I knew I was in trouble. It was evidence in my life. I still didn't know where to go. Good friend urged me to take one more attempt to finding a therapist. So I did. Found this gentleman. Walked in his office. I knew the drill, right? Sat down, poured out my heart, right, for the next 30, 35 minutes. And at the end of my spiel, the gentleman looked me in my eye and asked me this question that forever changed my life. He said, "You ever thought about becoming a therapist?" I said, "Man, what? Are you kidding me? I'm here for therapy. I'm not here for career coaching." He said, "No, hear me out." He said, "Look, I am about to retire. I've been doing this 35 years. I've seen Black men come and go. I can't help them. I don't think the entire mental health industry can help them, but I think you can." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, you're not clinically depressed. You're emotionally exhausted. You're sad. You're angry. You're devastated, right? You're going through trauma. You're grieving, but it's not clinical depression. It's the unique experience of being a Black male in this country, right? I'm not asking you to give up on therapy. Just find someone who looks like you. Better yet, become the person you're looking for. You are your own solution." And I left out of his office feeling defeated, right? Devastated, right? I was pissed. Walked out of it. I said, "Okay, no worries. I'll figure it out. As a matter of fact, I'm not doing anything. 3 weeks later, I started to feel better. His words touched me spiritually, mentally, emotionally. I started feeling lighter, right? Things started to make sense to me. He went on to say, go back to school. Let your journey be a part of your healing. And somehow I think this is your purpose. This is what the last therapist told me. And that's what I did. That gentleman was a middle-aged white guy. So I did what he told me, right? It makes sense. He said, it's no accident you're here. I did it. Didn't necessary training. I dropped out a PhD program so I can add D to that list of Ds I started off with, right? So I got back in school. I had nothing else going on. It changed my life. So now I spend my days supporting black males, those who care about them and love them, and those who are raising them with a unique approach to black mental health struggles. You see, the struggle is because black men are not being taken care of in a way that really touch, moves, and inspires them, right? Black males, we don't do well with one-on-one, right? We don't like isolation. We definitely don't do well with labeling. You know, in the hood, we call that name calling. We don't do well with that, right? We don't do well with code switching when it comes to our lives, right? And we definitely don't have time to break down our lived experiences from others who need some type of explanation before they can give us some colonized version of how we need to go about healing.
Our Wi-Fi works in every room. Even the basement. Creepy down there, but true. Does this help? No, that actually makes it way worse.
Get wall-to-wall Wi-Fi on the Xfinity 10G network.
Yo, I cannot believe these shorts from Fabletics are 2 for $24. Look at the shorts I used to wear.
So I set out to create a unique experience for black men to address the black male mental health struggle. You see, as black males, I found out we need some things. We know a lot. We just need it in a way that we can use our own language to get it, right? We know about breath work, right? We know about meditation. We know about yoga. We're even for the dialectical approach, the cognitive behavior approach, right? We good with relationship and individual therapy. We'd rather have it in group, barbershop. That's where we're comfortable, right? Most of us have had some type of sport, so we get the importance of breath work. We get that. We just need it to come from someone who looks like us and who has walked the walk and talked the talk, right? See, as black males, we don't do what you say. We do what you do, right? So if you could tell us, show us, guide us, walk with us, we honor something. And that's what I did. So how does that look? How does that work in terms of sustaining the existing mental health industry? Well, we have to take more of a uncolonized approach to black mental health. We have to encourage one another that there's certain signs and symbols that are indicators of distress and not necessarily mental disorders or mental illnesses, right? But we need to be able to convey it to this unique group, black males, who have been born under racism. Because racism, aggression, and microaggression, born into that, make something of you, right? It's exhausting. So when you start adding on debt and depression and divorce, you get the picture. You have now become exhausted, right? Not necessarily a mental illness, but things are definitely out of order, right? So that's what we need. We need the existing practitioners to become culturally competent on what this means for the people they serve. We need young college students who are black, preferably male, to be encouraged to go into mental health, right? We need the existing black practitioners to be amplified and elevated, right? And we need all of us to know that there is a unique experience for Black males that starts when we are born, mostly caused by racism, right? Exacerbated by unemployment, increased with PTSD symptoms due to violence, right? And it starts when we're in elementary school with suspensions, special education referrals. So I implore all of us to sustain the existing mental health industry. We have to take into consideration the uniqueness of the Black male mental health struggle. That goes for first responders on every level. It goes for clergy, university, teachers, students, nonprofit organizations, right? Law enforcers, lawmakers, politicians. All of us have to be re-educated on what that means uniquely for Black males and our struggle. And in the spirit of the late, great Earl DMX Simmons, in order to speak for the people, must walk amongst the people. Rest in peace, Dante Wright. Rest in peace, Adam Toledo. Rest in peace, George Floyd. Thank you.
That was good, brother. That was good. Yeah, that was good. I got one more video, family.
Yeah,
That was good. That was powerful.
excellent.
That was good, man. Yeah, a lot of our brothers, I pray for them, man, that they will, if they need to seek some help, you know, to deal with it, the mental health and the struggles and the stress and the trauma. Yeah, I wish they find some help to deal with it. But yeah, that was deep. I got one more video. We're gonna deal with the sisters and the trauma that they face. See, Kjudah ain't biased. Kjudah plays it all. The sisters and the brothers. All right, we're gonna deal with the sisters. Let me see. And then I'm gonna end it after this. Me and Sham gonna close it out after this. Gotta deal with what our sisters face. Fair use, YouTube. I done did that fair use so many times. Just fair use YouTube.
I am the oldest of 5 children. That means that I have attended 5 kindergarten graduations, including my own. I distinctly remember standing in front of parents, guardians, and grandparents singing "I Believe I Can Fly" with my head held high and my chest pushed out. I knew, and all 4 of my younger siblings knew, that we could grow up and fly high and touch the sky, living up to our full potential. What better song to use to encourage and uplift young children? Kindergarten graduations and "I Believe I Can Fly" go together like peanut butter and jelly. But the singer behind that song, Robert Kelly, professionally known as R. Kelly, allegedly raped and assaulted countless young girls, some as young as 14 years old. He has been exploiting, manipulating, and violating girls for longer than I have been alive. The scariest part about it is that everyone knew, and no one did anything. No one helped these young girls, and no one saw that an injustice was done, even when there was video evidence. I will not go into the details of Kelly's heinous acts, but he represents a specific form of rape culture that preys after an extremely vulnerable group, Black girls. Sexual violence plagues all women across all racial backgrounds, but Black girls are left extremely vulnerable and are at a higher risk of victimization. Over 60% of Black women have reported that they have experienced some form of sexual violence by the age of 18. Over half of the Black women in the United States of America have been violated before they were even legal adults. 1 out of 15 victims of this sexual violence will report their assault. 1 in 15 Black women will report their assault. But we need to magnify this problem and explore the precedents and ask ourselves 3 questions. The first being, when did this happen before? Secondly, what has happened previously in history that has constructed a vehicle in which Black girls' voices are silenced and their trauma has been dismissed? How have we created a system within rape culture that particularly affects Black women and girls? Let's go back in time to Philadelphia, PA, 1776, my hometown. Thomas Jefferson wrote one of the most influential documents in American history, the Declaration of Independence. It was a turning point for this country. He crafted words demanding our freedom from Great Britain, demanding that we are blessed with certain inalienable rights that are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But what baffles me and many other people is that a man who wrote so beautifully and eloquently on self-sustainability and equality and freedom owned and not owned them. Sally Hemings was one of his slaves who was violated. And her rape began when she was 14 years old and he was 44. She also gave birth to 6 of his children. Many people argue that their relationship was in the presence of 2 consenting adults, but I find that extremely hard to believe, not only because of her slave woman status, but because of her age. She was 14, meaning that she could not consent to sex of any kind. Her slave woman status forbid her from consenting to any form of sexual relations with her slave master. Not only was she not recognized under the law, she was not recognized as a citizen. There was no recourse and no accountability. This exclusion that we see in American history began to normalize sexual violence against Black women and girls. It constructs foundational ideas on what Black womanhood is and is not. It is clear that the violence Thomas Jefferson perpetuated does not matter to American society. And it is also clear that while America was being founded and formulated, the identity of Black women and girls was being formulated as well. Stereotypes of Black women and girls were also being developed during this time period. Both Black men and Black women alike were seen as inherently sexually deviant. Black girls were said to be innately promiscuous and hypersexual. And today, a recent study conducted by the Georgetown Law Center on poverty and inequality proved that Black girls are considered to know more about adult topics and considered to know more about sex compared to their white counterparts. The age of girls studied ranged between 5 and 14 years old. American society has socialized our Black girls to be perceived as sexually deviant, and then dismissing this violence and their trauma as something that they deserved. Many authors and activists have described this dismissiveness of violence as deserving victims. While it is known that women are generally not believed when they voice their reality, Black women are at an even higher risk. In Arrested Justice, Black Women, Violence in America's Prison Nation, Beth E. Ritchie goes into the details of how Black women are blamed, stigmatized, or worse, criminalized for their abuse. The mainstream analysis of topics surrounding sexual violence and assault leaves out the way that race and racial stigma complicate racially gendered violence. There's little conversation around the connection between this and how we have perpetuated systems of oppression, further marginalizing Black women, and it is time for change. She also goes into a very particular cyclical violence that victimizes Black girls. Trap loyalty is a term used to describe Black women and used to describe the experiences that Black women go through in the context of navigating violent environments. And it is broken into 3 parts. The first being the obligation that Black women feel to buffer their families from racism in the public sphere. The second being the pressure to live up to the expectation that they, as Black women, will be able to withstand abuse and mistreatment more than any other member of their household. And an acceptance of community rhetoric that argues that Black women are in a more privileged position than Black men, even those who abuse them. Because of Black communities' violent and oftentimes fatal interaction with law enforcement, Black women oftentimes do not report to the police. Because of the figure that we have socialized Black women to be as strong and independent and resilient, there is a belief that Black women can somehow suppress their trauma without ever completely addressing these issues. Ritchie also flushes out labels and these experiences by formulating them into explicit characteristics that identifies the way that Black women are exploited and disenfranchised. Trap loyalty is a great theoretical concept to understand the ways that Black women are specifically affected by a type of violence that plagues women across all racial backgrounds. When tackling issues surrounding systematic oppression, it is important to understand that certain groups experience violence in particular ways. We must be careful not to simplify these issues by grouping survivors together, using it as one shared experience. This is problematic and dangerous because it fails to recognize how personal identifiers such as race, class, gender identity, sexual orientation all complicate these types of violence. It is clear that there is a very pressing problem in our society, a problem that has been built into the socialization of Black girls and women. But we must ask ourselves, what can we do to help? And it is up to us. It is up to every single person sitting in this room today to make a change. It is up to us to listen to victims of abuse when they come forward and share their trauma, to make it our conscious effort to unlearn the dangerous language that we use to silence survivors. It takes an immense amount of courage to come forward and to share this trauma, oftentimes because the perpetrators are people that they know. It is up to us to create safe spaces in which survivors feel comfortable sharing their trauma so that their wounds can begin to heal. A space where they are not met with victim blaming and doubt, but where they are met with support, love, and care. Ask what they need from you and what you can do to help them. Provide them with resources such as therapy and counseling, and remind them that these options are available to them. But do not pressure them to do so, and leave it up to them to make these decisions for themselves. It's up to parents, guardians, and family members and friends to pay attention to warning signs. Evidence of self-harm, drug and alcohol abuse, disordered eating and eating disorders, depression or anxiety can all hint towards signs that sexual violence has taken place. When addressing survivors, it is important to let them know that you are on their side and that this is not and will never be their fault. Far too often do girls think they are to blame for their trauma, and far too often are girls too afraid to come forward because of this. It is up to schools and administrations to listen to the voices of their students, providing thorough and easily accessible resources for their survivors, fully supporting Title IX programs, and providing the student body with advocates who will fight for them till the very end. People whose jobs are dedicated to advocating for survivors. In recent news, there has been a light at the end of the tunnel. Conversations surrounding sexual violence and harassment have been at the forefront of social justice work. Tanara Burke created the Me Too movement in 2006, and we are seeing a height in the recent years with sexual harassment allegations against a very long list of highly praised individuals. We are beginning to see just a taste of justice for girls and women across the country, but the fight does not stop here. It does not stop until each and every single one of us is free. Free from fear and free from violence. Today, I am here to amplify the voices of those who are not often heard, to understand why it's important the ways that we look at race and gender and the intersection of the two, and understand how they both play an important role in a Black woman and girl's life. To be clear, I am not the first person to talk about this. Countless Black feminist scholars have been researching and analyzing these problems since slavery. But when will we listen to them? When will enough be enough? I'm speaking today on behalf of survivors. I'm standing here for the Black girls who are suffering in silence. I'm standing here for the Black women who have been forced into silence all of their lives. I am here for the Black boys and the Black men who have been forced into silence. I am here for Black queer youth who are being forced into silence, who are suffering due to our heteronormative society. The time to listen and to act is now. The time to care about the lives and the voices and the humanity of our Black girls is now and has always been now. Our society cannot thrive when voices are silenced. A society cannot thrive when there is no accountability. It is up to us to hold perpetrators accountable. We can no longer place the responsibility on the victim, but on the people who perpetuate this violence. The problem is not the responsibility of survivors to fix, and this should not be and is not their burden. A society cannot thrive unless Black girls are participating in the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. Every single woman and girl deserves to live a life free from violence, free from the fear and the threat of violence. And this cycle that has been created since the founding of America needs to be dismantled and destroyed. And it starts with us. So simply, it starts with us. We were all meant to fly, and we were all meant to touch the sky. When will Black girls and Black women be able to do the same? And before I leave you all today, I want to dedicate this talk to my mother, Tamika Noala-Penja, for teaching me everything I know, for encouraging me every single step of the way, because without you, I would not be here today. Thank you all for listening, and thank you all for coming to my TED Talk.
The sister and the brother did an excellent job. The sister and the brother did an excellent job. He gave it to you from the brother's perspective, and our sister came in and gave it to you from the sister's perspective. And one thing I learned about both, we all balance something. What you got from
Exactly.
this, Sham?
Yeah, exactly. That was just beautiful, you know. And like I said, we look at some of us is only looking at the world through the eyes and the views of a man, and some of us is looking only through the world as the eyes and views of a woman. And sometimes, you need both sides to see the point of view on where it's coming from, and how hard it is for each side You know, we can agree to disagree on who may have it harder, but um, everything that was just displayed was beautiful. I would say that.
Yeah. One more video. I want to show y'all this brother. And then me and my brother Sham gonna shut this down. But I have to show you this brother. Well, I have to show you just two small clips. But I want you to see this brother. He's not an Israelite. He's listening to the Israelites. And I love the way the brother from Israel United in Christ dealt with this brother. The brother started crying. I'm telling you, man, our people be battling. You never know what somebody going through. So let me open up this window. And we're gonna listen to two small clips. And then we're gonna get up out of here. All right, here we go. Let me see, where is it? Okay, here we go. Check this out. Check this out, fam. I'm gonna start it from right here. And I want y'all to listen to our brother. Brother start crying, man.
Guess what? When you kill when you kill somebody, who's suffering? Your mama going somewhere. Right. If you in jail, guess what? That child going somewhere because daddy gone. Right.
Let me ask you this then. What if your life being threatened?
I just said it start with you. You got it. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna keep reading.
Let me understand, cause
I got you. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. What does that sound like? Read it for him slow. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. What did it say? What did it sound like? Sound like retaliation, right? But ain't that what we do? Ain't that what we do? Yeah. I'll tell you something. You a God on earth. I know it's hard, bro. I sit in your face, bro. I know it's hard, bro. I know it's hard, bro. It's hard trying to turn the other cheek. I know that feeling, bro. But guess what? I just read, but you a God on earth, bro. Right. And guess what you gotta do? You gotta be that example. Right. Read. But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. What you gotta do? Love thy neighbor as thyself. Because guess what? This young brother here, he looking up to y'all to get what? Because y'all older than him. Right. If he see you go out and kill somebody, he might want to do the same thing. Get what? Now we back at the bottom, bro. Right. But now you said something. What you say earlier? No, you said, what if you get threats? Yeah, what if okay, big.
Y'all watch this. You never know what somebody going through, man. This brother about to start crying. He gonna walk away though, but he crying.
Like, no, not even threats. Like, what if your life had a time limit on it? You see what I'm saying? Somebody else took upon themselves to say, oh, fuck you, I don't want you here. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. And you gotta do something. It ain't no choice. You feel me?
Give me Proverbs 24, verse 20.
Bring it up.
Proverbs 24, verse 20. I'm glad you said that, bro. Now, after I get in scripture, you got a flyer? After I get in scripture, what you gonna do? You gonna call us? I've been through that, bro. I done thug all over these streets of Jackson, bro. I done seen shootouts, I done did all that, bro. But get what? Can't nothing stop you from changing, bro. Right. Get what? When I was in 9th grade, my 13-year-old little brother got killed. How you think that made me feel? He was looking for me to protect him, and I wasn't there. I'm telling you, bro. I done been through that, bro. I done walked that same walk you walk, bro. But get what? You got a chain well done. Right. God calling you here. Watch it, read. Book of Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. And guess what? The Most High sent you here, bro, done. He sent brothers that's going through that same lifestyle for you. To help, I know what you're going through, bro. But get what? Don't do it well done. God love you. Well. That's what.
Man over there crying. Never know what somebody going through. You never know what somebody battling on Monday, Sunday. This man crying. And that's why I always say, it's not that a person don't want to change, they just don't know how to change or where to go to change, who to talk to for the change. Now, I like the way this brother from Israel United in Christ is dealing with this situation. He talking to that brother with love. He not talking to that brother how we usually see the camps deal with people. And they don't know what people be battling. But I just don't be seeing the love sometimes. I just see a whole lot of screaming. But there is no encouragement and love. So I salute this brother, but I just wanted to show y'all that right there. This man had to walk away. He's crying. Now let me show y'all the other one. But I respect the brother from Israel United in Christ, the way he handled the brother. It wasn't disrespectful. He dealt with the brother with love. Okay, here go one more. And then we out of here. And I want y'all to listen to this one. Now, I'm going to show y'all this video because I'm always telling y'all that we as the teachers, we don't just supposed to tell you about what y'all done wrong all day. I'm talking about as far as your forefathers, as far as what we doing as a people today. We supposed to also encourage you, also build up that spirit man and that spirit woman, strengthen you. And it's supposed to be done with love and compassion. Now, a lot of people say, oh man, you got to cry loud. Yeah, you do. But you don't have to be disrespectful while you crying aloud. You don't have to be obnoxious while you crying aloud. You don't got to be none of those things while you crying aloud. You can cry loud and still do it with love. You can cry loud and still be respectful.
The designation of your person as a quote unquote ethnicity or who you think you are because of being bloodline Israel. And, it's a lot of things to find out, especially upon hearing the words of the Messiah in the book of Matityahu, you know what I mean? Or Mattathayu, however you guys want to say it, don't matter to me, all right? But anyway, when I look at the movement first, and I look at all of the types of people that have come into the way, so-called, especially from the volume of the camps. I was listening to this guy video, and it was about why I'm no longer considering myself as a Hebrew Israelite. And I looked at the guy, I looked at his title. Excuse me. But I looked at the guy, and I looked at what he was saying. He was talking about, and matter of fact, that brother was giving some sound wisdom. But the issue he was talking about was the fact that there was somebody who left IUIC that is not only no longer in the faith, but he's an atheist. Wow. Now, first of all, I want to say that is blood on somebody's hand.
What y'all just heard. What do I be telling y'all? What do me and Sham be telling y'all? When these people falling away, he didn't say there was blood on a person's hand that fell away. That blood is on somebody's hand that made him fall away or made her fall away. You must don't remember you should receive the greater condemnation. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all, boy, you better handle this truth carefully. Because if you make somebody fall away and they stop believing and become an atheist, go back into the church, start celebrating Christmas, bunny laying eggs, doing anything and eating the fall foods, boy, that blood is on you, not them. Because they was listening to you. Now watch what he about to say about the foundation, because I just said this a couple days ago, that if Yahshua is not established first, and you run straight to some curses that somebody never heard before, they don't even know their nationality, but you run straight to the curses, you do not establish the stone which the builders disallowed, which is Yahshua HaMashiach. Anything you want to add to that before I play it, Shar?
No, you're right. You're right.
Hey, Shar, boy, hey, I'm praying for you, my brother, to get healed, boy. I feel you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm still fighting this thing.
Yeah,
I'm listening to them.
thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming on while you feel like that too, man. So that goes to show you my brother got some love for me, boy. Cause he
All
coughed
right,
and
man.
everything and still came up here with me. Yeah, but is there anything you want to add to this, Sham? Like he said that blood is on somebody, Sham, and he didn't say it was on a person that fell away.
Yeah, it's on. Like I said, you got to be careful because it's dangerous. Like how I was saying, how they ran the sister with the whole blue waffle thing, and she not
Right.
the faith no more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's dangerous out here. You got to be careful and how you dealing with the word and what you could do so because they could have pretty much destroyed that sister mentally, as what
Right.
we were saying about mental health.
Mm-hmm.
So he's right. The blood is on somebody's hands, but I don't want to know mine.
I know that's right. But watch what he about to say about the foundation, and then I'm gonna shut it down. Then we're gonna get up out of here. Watch what he about to say about Yahshua.
The second thing is that we find that there are people who gonna leave ministries, they're gonna leave groups, they're gonna leave because there's gonna be falling away. There's gonna be people who just not gonna get it. Yep. But the problem come in is when you've never introduced them to the stone of stumbling or the chief cornerstone, which our foundation should be built on.
What, brother? What did you just say, brother? Our foundation should be built on what? No, I'm an Israelite. I'm an Israelite. I put
They got it built. Foundation is built off the 12 tribe chart. That's the issue.
Thank you, Sham. There you go. We can shut it down. Their foundation is built off the 12 tribes. It is not built on Yahshua, the stone which the builder disallowed, family. You rarely hear Yahshua is spoken of. It's the 12 tribe chart, not Yahshua. So that's why these people have no foundation. Because like my brother just told you, their foundation is built off of a lie. And Yahshua is never established. Only that they Israel and what tribe they come from. That's it. Name anything else outside of that. What? Your beard on your face, your fringes? What else? Black Hispanics, Native Americans, Black Hispanic Native Americans, Black Hispanic. They say that more than they say Yahshua or Yahweh or Christ or Jesus. They push the 12 tribe chart more than any other doctrine that they teach, family.
Because that is not just a New Testament thing. It was prophesied that Yahshua HaMashiach was going to come and he was going to be the pinnacle of salvation and deliverance given to Yah's people. So when I hear things like that, then I know for a fact, and I'm not puffing up the straightway ministries. I'm not looking for, a great applaud. I'm not looking for anybody to reverence the straightway ministries as the place to be. I'm just
all right, brother. Cause Pastor Dower, he disrespectful, brother. I don't
Hey, Judah, you muted your mic. I don't know if you know that.
Y'all can hear me?
We can hear you now, but you had your mic muted for a minute.
Okay, okay. But did y'all hear everything the brother said?
Yeah, the last thing I heard you say was about Pastor Dow
Oh,
being
I was saying that I had to stop it because Pastor Dow, I don't got nothing against that man personally. I don't know that man, but you can't be disrespecting another man's wife, bro. Like you talking about calling the man wife a dog, bro, and he better get in line or you gon' like, come on, bro. Like it's just something the elders gotta stop doing, dog. And this social media platform, it's just something shouldn't be said over the airways, bro. And to another man's wife, you shouldn't even be talking to that woman, bro. You should just focus on talking to the husband, talking to the man. But you sitting up here threatening this man's wife. But man, hey, Pastor Dawg done built
absolutely
up a community. He done built up a community. I salute that. You know, I ain't got no issue to what this man done built up with his hands. You know, you gotta salute that. He done built up a community. At the end of the day, though, he disrespectful, bro. I'm just being real. The man disrespectful, bro. You can't be disrespecting other men's wives, bro. That's all I'm saying. Just focus on the man, and y'all talk, talk back and forth. But the women and the children should never come into play. You know, you shouldn't be
right,
bringing a man's wife into anything that got going on because you don't like something she said, or you think she shouldn't be teaching, or you know, why is your wife sitting next to you? Like, man, that's that man's wife. If he want his wife sitting next to him while he teaching, what's wrong with that? That's his wife.
right.
Anything you want to add, Sham, before we get up out of here? But I just want to tell you, my brother, I'm praying for you. Pray that the Most High bring healing to you, man. Thank you for coming on, brother. This was a much needed live. We dealt with a lot of different, facets in our community when it comes to our people. I pray somebody gets something from it. And you go ahead, brother. You got the flow.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Everybody, the whole CUC family, FOP family. I'm
Yeah.
still under the weather a little bit, trying to recover from whatever this little situation I got. But this was a excellent live, brother. I'm telling you, I enjoyed every minute of it. I enjoyed every minute of it. Enjoyed coming over here, kicking up with everybody, uh, elaborating on life, and
Yeah.
enjoyed that little debate with Oracle. That's fun. That was fun.
Oh,
So,
believe me,
but yeah,
brother. The next time we go Clubhouse, me and her be talking about it with the other sisters, and so we'll be chopping it up about it. So that's just something that me and my family do. We're not parrots, man. Like we don't just say yes, 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 just to agree. You know, hey, it is what it is, brother. Like we all got different perspectives, and that's just what it is, man. So we just had a little fun with our sister. She got her perspective, we got ours. But I do believe that the plight of the black man and black woman is a side by side plight, and we're not going nowhere without each other. So just look forward to that we're gonna be delivered together, straight up.
all right.
Do anybody got any questions in the chat that y'all want to ask me and brother Sham before we shut it down? I'm gonna wait to see if anybody have any questions before me and my brother shut it down. Anything y'all want to ask? I'm gonna just wait to see if anybody have any questions before me and my brother shut it down.
Yeah, because mental health is very important, family. Just know that. Um, it, it does things to you. Like I
Yeah,
said, I know people personally that repeat the same stuff over and over again, because they reliving chapters of their childhood or the time that something happened, and they have not gotten over it.
facts,
Still,
facts,
but they
brother.
don't.
Yeah, facts. And I want to thank the Most High and Yahshua for allowing me and my brother Sham to always give y'all great content, great live, great messages to feed our people's soul, and I also do it with love and compassion. Like I said, and I'm gonna keep saying it until I can't say it no more. Yes, we do supposed to teach you, Israel, but we also supposed to encourage you. We also supposed to strengthen you, and we supposed to do it with love and compassion. Because if there's no love and compassion in it, how you gonna change? You won't be converted. If something that's only making you angry and making you feel like there's no way out, we doing you a disservice. There's a way out when it comes to the scriptures. And you don't have to be under the curses because somebody tell you Deuteronomy chapter 28 is curses put up on you. You can come out of the curses. You can come out of these curses. Okay, Judah, this nigga lying to y'all. We can't come out of no curses. Well, tell me why some black people are prospering and they didn't sell their soul. How some black people have businesses and the businesses is booming and they did not sell their soul. Some people are even prospering on their job with just the Most High is blessing them financially. They did not sell their soul. Hard these things can be when the curses is on us. Because obedience is better than sacrifice, and with obedience, it brings blessings. He will open up the windows of heaven for you, and he will bless you. Positive have a business. How did she do that? She under curses. Sham have a business. How did he do that? He's under curses. I have a business. How did I do that when we are under curses? Because our obedience have the Most High open doors for us and allow us to flourish in our businesses and what we are trying to do for our families. So I say big salute to Israel. Pray for my brother Obadiah. Keep my brother Obadiah in y'all prayers. Keep my brother Monster Moshe in y'all prayers. And like I told you before, my young brother Monster, I got you, brother. And I'm going to ride with you till the wheels fall off, me and the CUC family. I love y'all with the Pure Heart family. Many blessings to the nation of Israel. And big salute.
Let he who's without sin cast the first stone. Look, we saying that we love one another, yet we judge each other when we all in sin. You talking like you better than another, but you ain't no better. Better look within. It goes ring around the rosy, karma gets cozy, we all fall down. I see a lot of stones thrown, the closets ain't closed, gotta put the time in. Let he who's without, he who's without sin. Let he who's without sin. Let who's without, who's without, who's without sin. Let who's without, who's without sin. You acting like you ain't been down this road. We've all been down before. Better humble yourself before your life gets told. Better humble yourself before your life gets told. Putting down each other while they pointing at our brother. Trying to break us up, so let's just lean to one another. Ain't no giving up, so pass the cup and make it up. Times, yeah, they get rough, I got your back, it ain't no trouble. It goes ring around the rosy, karma gets cozy, we all fall down. I see a lot of stones thrown, but they closets ain't closed, gotta put some time in. Let he who's without, he who's without, he who's without sin. Let he who's without, he who's without, he who's without sin. Let he who's without, he who's without, he who's without sin. Let he who's without, he who's without, he who's without sin. Oh, you, oh, just
the words of my beloved sister August Dreams. Thank y'all for coming to the Lions Den with the CUC family and the FOPE family and all the beloved brothers and sisters in the chat. Let's get it. And your brother Kjudah wanna say shalom.